Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Like I said, Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. I already know what time it is, man. We're back with another one of them things, man. Right now, we got a whole lot of things to discuss. Obviously, I want to discuss what's going on in Charlotte, all of the ramifications and everything that's happening. There's so much to discuss, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in with us this evening. That's Flight Sports TV, man. Hit that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. The Charlotte Hornets, man, they took another tough loss. It seems like a never-ending cycle of these tough losses that they took. Obviously, tonight they battled, against the Washington Wizards. We're gonna get all into that. They had a double overtime loss, so things are not going actually the way ideally you may have wanted it to be. Obviously Lamelo Ball is out. That changes everything. All the dynamics are screwed. I just see a team in the Charlotte Hornets scratching and clawing and fighting. Tonight they lost 102 to 106. It was very troubling to me because, like I said, they seem like they can't get over the hump. But I don't think it will be long before they something breaks, whether a success or maybe a possibility where the thought of a top draft pick becomes more and more of a reality. It's gonna be interesting to see how everything happens, man. We're gonna get into everything. Shout out to the chat too. I see the chat early. Shout out Basil. Shout out Rap Guy Reloaded, Thunder. All y'all in the building, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Live. Uh, what's going on? We got my man Marquez in the building. Quez, what's good?
I'm doing good, fight. It's another tough breaking loss for the Hornets and stuff, and it's just one
Yeah.
of those it's just one of those things where they got all the talent in the world, but it's either I don't know because there's just certain they need a draft pick or something to get build the relevancy in this town. Because I'm telling you, fight what Orlando has done with Paulo and Bobo, they've literally stretched their own name and made themselves a free agent destination. I'm saying that the Hornets are one draft pick away, and they could be one of the best landing spots for free agents.
I totally agree with that. How do you see the Hornets season going? Because you see, it seems like the losses are starting to stockpile right now. This is back to back. Lamelo, we don't know. There is no timetable on him. How do you see everything going? Because it don't seem like, even though it's a long season, it seems like things are moving in a crazy direction for Charlotte. I don't know how they're going to survive. We're going to get into the schedule. We're going to get into the stats of this evening and the previous evening. We're about to break everything down. But before we do, I want to get some initial thoughts. How do you see this season rolling out? Just
Um,
right now off the top.
Off the top of my head, flight. What with everything going on with I mean, you see it's a really bad situation for the Hornets because you have the Pistons, right? Yeah, here's are the teams right now that are in the competition for Wembanyama. You have the Heat somewhat, the Pistons, the Magic, and a couple of other teams that I'm not sure off the top of my head. You can say Rockets. You know, you know what I'm saying. And I say this to say this, right? Tonight. This is where I'm saying that these certain organizations have to take accountability. You have to have a plan of what you're going to want in your future. You can't be going to try to build through the free agency or try to build through the draft. That doesn't work by trying to do it both ways. So they either got to build through the draft, got to get rid of Gordon Hayward's contract, got to get rid of Terry's contract, because let's be real here. Gordon Hayward ain't a spring chicken, and neither is Terry Rozier anymore by NBA standards. You need to get younger. And if I'm the Hornets, honestly, you can't physically wide open tank. But if they're losing, sure. But if it's going to be a battle between who can lose more between the Rockets, the Pistons, and the and the Hornets and the Magic, because they all got 3 or 4 victories on the season.
Right. Then you can't rule out some of these teams that's looking good right now that could bottom out later. It is a long season.
Like, like the teams I feel like,
Last season, people looked at the Pelicans because they started off rocky. A lot of people thought they was gonna, fall apart, but they was one of the teams that battled back and saved their season. So I'm pretty sure it's one of these teams out the bunch that will battle back and save their season. And obviously, there's going to be some teams, like Utah. Maybe Utah keep going, but I'm just saying there's a lot of teams that's rolling right now, that I could see, some moves being made, something happening, and then everything just goes back to how it was, so it's crazy.
I
And
hate when people
obviously,
say,
don't rule out the Lakers, getting it via, and then it goes to New Orleans. So that's another thing. This number one overall pick is going to be crazy, depending on who gets it. This could be really crazy. It could be a dynasty changing, move. It could be a franchise altering. It's going to be franchise altering. Somebody could form a dynamic duo. This could be crazy. He go to New Orleans. He's in one piece to a dynasty.
yeah,
There's so many possibilities that this Wembanyama sweepstakes could take us. I just would think about the possibility of him playing alongside of Lamelo Ball. Obviously, that gets very crazy because we all know the kind of player that Lamelo Ball is. He's the truth. So
right,
he get a guy like him. Yo. I think it could take LaMelo Ball's game to another level as well. He hasn't played with a guy like that. We don't know what's going to happen with Miles Bridges. We're hearing teams interested. Obviously, we heard the Lakers. We're hearing other teams as well. The Detroit Pistons, and obviously more teams. So we don't know the future of LaMelo in Charlotte and his co-star. The man can't win by himself. The last game he played that he got hurt, he had 26 points, 10 to 17, 6 assists as well. You know,
right,
um, the man in a little bit of games he was playing, he was averaging 7 assists. Last season he averaged 7 assists. So I just think about if he got a guy like Wembanyama, I could see those assists going to 13, 12 a game, or maybe more than that. And just, that's a whole nother weapon that I think a point guard like LaMelo, if he had at his disposal, could be deadly. I hope that they do that because I think out of all of these teams, Charlotte is the team that's going to be the toughest spot in order to get another co-star out there. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think Orlando got a lot of teams. They got their one centerpiece. The good solid wing player. They have that. And Paolo. They get a point guard or something. I think that something can make noise. They got some pieces there too. They just need to build from within.
yeah.
Uh,
They,
You
they
know,
got
uh,
plenty of guards.
yeah, I say the Spurs and possibly the Hornets. The Hornets could possibly lose it all because the free agents ain't flocking there. They really could use a co-star next to Lamelo because I don't know how else they're going to get it. And they're dealing with the situation with Bird. They're just having a tumultuous situation. I hope
I
they get
mean,
blessed. You know,
They,
um, the,
they have a co-star in the G League right now that they can use, and he's cheap. You see what I'm saying, Flight? Now I'm gonna show
yeah,
my toxic side. Now I'm gonna show my toxic side because this
uh,
don't
uh,
make sense. You have a guy in Jello who is legit in the G League right now, who you legit call up at any time, and you saying, I quote, eh, we need a co-star, but we don't want that co-star. Nigga, what?
you're right.
You sound foolish.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, this
And then don't
co-star, God,
right. And then don't get me started. Don't get me started. Guys, the toxic T is still here. He fights just calling me Marquez because he got to get used to the name. But I say this to say this: the Charlotte Hornets. I don't know, flight. If they get, I'm telling you, flight. If they do not get Wembanyama or do not get a free agent, they're gonna look back at this Jello move and say, if Jello goes somewhere else, they're gonna look back at this Jello move and say, and I quote, he was here for 2 years, asking for an opportunity, and you didn't give it to him because you wanted, and I quote, you want to get your ego twisted. I don't get it. Bad teams like this, horrible organizations like this cannot do that. You cannot do that. And if you don't want to, it's either you can't get free agency because nobody wants to come to Charlotte. But you can't sit here and go 43 games and expect you to get a draft pick either. So you got to be 100% on what you want to do. Do you want to build through the free agency or do you want to build through the draft? But you cannot expect Melo to stay there his whole career if you're not getting him any help. That's asinine.
you're right about that. Good
Not
point.
everybody's a Bradley Bill. I'm sorry.
You're right. I mean, I think Lamelo could use a guy like that, on his team because look what he's doing with some of the pieces that they have. You know, I just want to see him with that. I look at a guy like, look at what's going on in Minnesota. All the pieces they got. You got Anthony Edwards. It seemed like there's a lot of issues going on, rumblings happening. So it's just like, damn, And Lamelo, he don't got a fraction of the talent that's up there and look what he's doing. I just wish he had a guy like Carl Anthony Towns, and could you imagine if he had those two big guys,
Matter
and
of fact,
compare?
could you imagine if the Golden State Warriors didn't pick James Wiseman and he was on that roster right now with Klay Thompson, who
Yeah, and Clay, yeah,
just dropped
they would have been thinking about trying to move on from Clay Thompson.
right? Who? Let's be real. They called Klay Thompson washed this season, and I'm a big reason of calling him washed this season. But it's because I'm toxic and because I had to call Klay Thompson out. He dropped 41 points tonight. He is officially back. And now the Warrior season is officially starting to change. He finally got that 41 point off of his head. Flight. He is back. And now the Western Conference Finals has to be scared. It might be against the Rockets, but he is back. Somebody got to stop this man.
Man,
They got to.
you talking about Clay Thompson?
Klay Thompson dropped 41 2 hours ago.
Damn, I missed that.
He dropped 20 points. 7 of 9 field goal percentage fight from the first quarter. He had 20 points in the first quarter.
I gotta look into that game. I don't
Man,
know how I missed that. Who they was playing?
they was playing the Rockets.
Uh, well, that's a good team to tune up, man.
Yeah, that's a good team to get your shooting back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
mean
know?
Clay is good. I like the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, they're always going to be a threat whenever you got Steph Curry, one of the top players in the world. So it is what it is. They won the championship with like not even 100% Clay Thompson. He probably was like 50%.
Right? They won when he was kind of like inconsistent.
Who?
Clay, they beat them. They won when Clay Thompson was kind of rocky. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
well, yeah, you're right about that. Well, I mean, like I said, he was coming back from injury, so
True.
he probably gonna take him till about next year to get it right,
But if they win again,
to get all the way back to Klay Thompson. Or he may never get back to that point, but maybe next season will be better, or at some point at this season. Hopefully, if it's around the playoff time.
I mean, honestly, Clay has always been that spot up shooter, right? He's always been able to play off ball. But it's like nobody looks to Clay and say, "Oh, we need you to put just as much points up as Stephen Curry," because that's never been Clay Thompson's game.
Right,
It's just never been that. Clay's always been a defensive player who can create his own shot. That's what he's always been. And you know what I mean? And it's like when people say that, and I gotta get another shout out tonight, like Ben Simmons. Thank you. You finally show us that you got some life.
good Ben Simmons. Yeah, that was a
22
good win
points,
tonight.
8 rebounds, and 5 assists. And Ben Simmons not the only one who was cooking tonight. Kyrie Irving came back
Yes,
and he did pretty good. 14 points, not bad for somebody who been ostracized the last 8 games.
yeah. Clearly, he was still working. Kyrie is the truth. That was a big time win. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen with Brooklyn. How do you see Brooklyn's season going?
I mean,
This team was supposed
as
to win the championship. I mean, are they just
how
a
I
good
feel,
team, a regular
honestly,
team with these star players?
fight. I mean,
And you got your team out there too. I ain't gonna lie, Milwaukee gonna be a problem.
and I've been telling. Listen, no cap. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts with Milwaukee right now, and I'm telling you, fight. Chris Middleton is not back right now, and even though I miss Chris Middleton, we have a 6'7" wing over there in Bo Camp who can play defense probably better than Chris Middleton can and create his own shot right now. And even though Flight he gonna come with some pains, you know what I'm saying? This kid has it. He has it, Flight.
Right,
When you look back on this draft, and people are going to talk about the Mathrons of the world and the Chet Holgrams and the Amari Bailey, they're going to forget about him, right? But when he shedded tears on draft night flight, I said, and I quote, he wants it, and he's going to put in way more work than the people who got drafted before him. Because when you cry after going through the stuff that he went through, you can't help but root for him. You can't help but root for him. He's humble. He puts his head down. He gives you defense. He gives you rebounding. He gives you some numbers. And he's going to the team who just won a championship the last. You know what I'm saying?
right,
The team won a championship the last years. Not to mention Milwaukee got Bobby Portis, who when Giannis was out had dropped. He's a consistent guy who can give you a double double
right.
a
We, we,
night.
we'll get back to Milwaukee.
Right.
Because they're a solid team. They're gonna be around. We kind of like I want the Charlotte Hornets, to figure things out so they can get to the point where they could be like a Milwaukee. Obviously, they need a lot of things to go in their way, but I think the draft is something that they could capitalize on, especially if it's this season. And this season really wasn't by design. And let's keep it 100. Charlotte was supposed to be competitive. They still are being competitive, as you can see, night in and night out. Shit, games going straight to the wire, and they're just
Right.
losing, because they just don't have enough, So they dealing with so much, That's why it's like, at what point, do you just really just, hey man, I don't know. Wembanyama is definitely somebody that you would think about, doing that for, because all of the dynamics that he would bring to the Charlotte Hornets alongside of Lamelo Ball, that's the kind of player that's another All Star for Lamelo Ball to have. Where's the other All Star going to come from? Are they going to be able to trade for one? Are they going to be able to pick one up in free agency? Obviously free agency, we could just kill that. Do they have the assets to pull off a major move? They didn't have it for Donovan Mitchell. Will they have it for the next move?
I
These are the
mean,
questions that you got to ask yourselves. How do they improve this roster alongside of LaMelo? I mean, you got to think about it. He got a contract coming out.
I mean,
So we're good.
I'm gonna be real with you, fight. I don't see them. I don't. it's hard to say this, but Lamelo could leave tomorrow, could ask for a trade tomorrow, and it'd be an entire sweepstake for him. What I mean by that is
Let
that
me tell you something. If he asks for a trade tomorrow, the New York Knicks are gonna get him.
I
So I mean,
mean,
there would be. Let me tell you something. There would be no team in the NBA that could outgun the New York Knicks, and I believe that's the player the Knicks will just give up every fucking thing for. It's not many, but I think if for Lamelo Ball, I think the Knicks they wanted him in draft night. I think the Knicks have all the pieces. They ain't trade shit.
or all else fails, flight. You might never know. Like I'm pretty sure, like Melo has always said he likes playing Garden, and that would help you guys out, and not only bringing more relevancy back, but it will help. It will help bring some much needed scoring, and also you can't teach 6'8" with a floater package and good handles and great footwork and great passing ability. You just can't teach that. That's all natural. You know.
What do you think about Malaya's comments? She says, "I love Lamelo to play with Victor Wembanyama because there would be a movie, and right now the Hornets is not good enough with Lamelo and without Lamelo." What you think about that?
the if Wembanyama, and I agree with her, but I want to add on to that. If Wembanyama, right, came to the Charlotte Hornets, you can compare those two to the Penny Hardaways and Shaqs of the Orlando Magic. Because I saw Wembanyama again today dominating 30 points. He's dominating,
Right.
and I'm like, yeah, he can block you shots and he can shoot like a KD. By the time he get here, flight, he's gonna be way more prepared. He'll just get on the court and just get in his bag. I can see that happening. He could come into the league and put up points like how Paulo did. I can see that.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
can see
can
so
too.
many
He
examples.
gonna have that impact, especially if he can stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, I mean, this guy could be on some Tim Duncan shit. I did low key. This is what the Spurs was trying to tank everything for too. So there's a lot of people quietly maneuvering to that stance. They just doing it as quietly because you can't do the what was his name, Sam Hinkie. Yeah, they can't do the Sam Hinkie thing. Listen, we got the legendary Zen Master in the building. Stay
Zen
Lethal
Master.
podcast. What's the
Hey,
deal, Zen
y'all,
Master?
I'm having a hard time hearing, man. So just excuse me for 1 minute while I try to get things right on my end.
You
But
good?
peace to everybody.
Good.
Right.
Peace.
So back to what we were saying, I think Wembanyama would be perfect to pick and roll, the defensive capabilities that they would have. It's just so much, that he would bring, just for a little year that you take a dip for, and possibly the NBA gods, Michael Jordan, hopefully he can go talk to some people in the back, you know, and then we get some things moving, So it's going to be a team that nobody can imagine is going to get the number one pick. Hopefully, the Hornets can get it. Everybody thinking the Spurs going to get it. So whoever the team everybody think going to get it, they ain't going to get it. So hopefully the Hornets can continue to fuck up. Possibly not. Hopefully they get right. But if they continue to fuck up, pardon me, let me excuse that. If they continue to fuck up, hopefully they could get rewarded. In this draft. Because this is the player that you want to fuck up for. This
True.
is this is this is something. You good?
Also, yeah. Oh, you guys in?
No, you straight. Go ahead, go ahead.
Um,
See,
also, I mean, with the rumors coming out every day about certain payment players over there on the Western Conference who is destroying their Western Conference right now, who is literally trying to come over to the East, you either got to go for Wembanyama or you got to trade for a star this offseason because the Raptors have already said we've already seen Raptors GMs at the Thunder's games. They're already putting it out there that they want SGA. Now, if you put SGA with that Toronto roster, with Flynn Fleet, with OG Avanobi, with Scotty Barnes, I'm telling you, Flight, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be another team, right? That the Charlotte Hornets is gonna have to deal with. I'm not saying SGA is going to go to the Toronto Raptors, but when you see Toronto Raptors staff at the games, watching him play, they're already setting up in the offseason. They're gonna make a move. So how you feel about that, Flight? How you feel about the rumor of SGA going to Toronto? How you feel about
Listen,
that?
I mean, that would be ideal. The man is from Toronto. I think that's what you want to do. Hopefully, they can pull that off. I know he would love to go there. Who do they move for him?
Uh, who they move? I mean, they got
Yeah,
great
Van
depth
Vliet.
over there.
Who?
I mean,
Who goes?
who goes?
That's
Honestly,
possible.
if you move Van Fleet to OKC, I think Van Fleet's numbers will go up. I think he'll have that same amount of impact that he does on Toronto here at OKC. Plus, you don't never know. He might come over here to Toronto, and they, God forbid, OKC lose, right? You never know. Like, you gotta understand, like, Van Vliet is good, but I mean, there's a possible thing though. They might not have to give up Van Vliet because they got the draft picks too, Flight.
Right.
So they might not even have to give up a talent. They might just have to ask for draft picks. So that's basically what the Utah Jazz did. They didn't trade Donovan Mitchell for talent. They trade Donovan Mitchell for draft picks.
Yeah, you're right about that. Donovan Mitchell. Well, you can say that. I mean, how can you say that though? Look what the players they got. You
I
can't
mean, you
really say
got.
that Danny Ainge just didn't. He just wasn't a shrewd operator. I've seen something in marketing that nobody's seen because he obviously picked. He gonna be an all-star this year when the all-star team is selected. This motherfucker gonna be up there if he can tell you this. So would R.J. Barrett have been an all-star if they would have traded for him? I think they would have took
I mean,
I think they would have took the next pieces, but the Knicks was playing around with the picks. So
honestly,
that's what cost the Knicks. The Knicks didn't want to give up 3 draft picks. They probably just want to give up 2.
but hey, like,
Which they probably felt like they had the better player package. They didn't see they probably think Cleveland even had a shot. Nobody seen nothing just for marketing.
true,
He
but
didn't play.
also,
He didn't play like this when he was there or in Chicago. Nobody knew they was trading for a fucking all-star.
What up, family? What's up?
What's
what's
good?
up, Jen?
Man, oh man, I just got Ben Simmons' stat line a second ago
For what?
for the game tonight against Memphis.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good.
Ben Simmons
damn
shot
good.
85% from the floor, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, I think, and something like 2 or 3 blocks to go with it. And my podcast partner just this very afternoon was burying the boy. Burying him.
He showed up one. He's like,
just
he called him
just as
Bum Simmons. I'm like,
called him Bum Simmons. So I got to call out my podcast partner, call him to the center stage, to the main stage, to answer for this performance Mr. Simmons had tonight, if he's out there. But Ben Simmons is back, y'all. He's back.
Hey, I'm gonna say this to Zen Master. Zen Master, I was wrong.
Got to give a guy time to shake the rust off.
You're right. You're right, Zen Master. I was wrong. I ain't go. No. Trust me. He was doing, but he was still doing Ben Simmons things like dunking in the open lanes. He wasn't really taking shots like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you need that on the team with KD and Kyrie. Then you not taking the mid layups and dunks at all.
Facts. Your
Like,
support
I
is
don't
too
care.
good. He should take
Right,
every
I don't
chance he
care.
gets.
And we're not requiring, and they're not acquiring you to shoot. Just lay up, dunk, play defense, and pass the ball.
Yeah. But I say that's the psychological aspect of this whole thing. You lose your confidence. It's hard to get back sometimes, and you might need to change the scenery, and you might have to go through a process, and then you got a back injury and all that other. He been through a lot, and we dogged him, but I think the guy just went through a lot, and we tend to underestimate psychological injuries, man. But you could have a broken mind and a broken heart and be just as fucked up as you got a broken leg.
True. Mental health is not a joke. We take that very seriously on Fight Sports TV.
Yeah.
Mental health is not a joke. we lost somebody today from mental health, and it's crazy.
Who
So,
did we lose? Who did we lose?
if you don't know, Jason David Frank,
Oh, the guy that played Power Ranger.
yeah, he passed away from that, from
I was thinking about making a movie. I mean, a video on that shit.
yeah, man, it
But
was kind of
my
crazy.
bad. We could talk about it if you don't want. I used to
Yeah,
watch some Power Rangers when I was young.
yeah, it was sad. I ain't gonna lie to you, Zane.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of found out about it like the middle of the day. I
I
found
found
out on
out just now.
TMZ. Yeah.
And did he self-delete?
Yeah,
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Damn. Sorry to hear that.
yeah.
So I haven't felt this way about like but that's like my childhood hero right there, man. That's the guy you look up to.
How
And be
old are
like,
you,
if
more
you were, how old am I? I'm 20 years old.
Okay, yeah, because he was around for me when I was younger, like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But I know that he was making
Right.
appearances and shit.
I started watching. He was still by the time you grew up out of it, he
Yeah, he
was
was
like
still making appearances.
right, and he was still on the series, but he was like a doctor. At one point, he was like a teacher for like a group of Power Rangers, and he
Yeah.
became a Power Ranger again. So that was around the time I was growing up when he became the Black Ranger on that team again, and I was like, oh, you know. So he was always an inspiration for me, but it's kind of one of those tough situations, and him and Robin Williams still affect me to this day because a person who brings that much light to the world to do that is it's not a joke. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish I wish help for his family, man. I wish
Well,
he's resting in the morphing grid in the sky is what you call it. And,
yeah, we'll go back to it.
yeah, I don't want to talk about it no more because I'm gonna get emotional. So
The only thing
Right.
that I'll say is being a former soldier who's lost friends to self-deletion, especially soldiers, is it definitely is a thing of mental health. But what it gets down to me is like you don't want to deal with a certain amount of pain, and so you want to end the pain, but you don't end the pain. All you do is give the pain to the people that love you. So if anybody out there is thinking about doing something drastic to themselves, stop and think about the people who love you for a minute and get some help. Back to you, Flake.
yeah,
Good point. Good point. So, what do you think about the Charlotte Hornets and this Wembanyama situation? The Charlotte Hornets keep scratching and clawing. It seems like they can't get over the hump. Melo's out. Shit is crazy. No Bridges. At what point do they start to look towards the possibilities of this guy 7 foot something? He could do it all. A surefire all-star franchise altering pick. At what point do they start to think about that?
Now it's time for a fire sale. I've been saying that about Charlotte. Get rid of every contract you can. Tank as hard as you can. Suck as bad as you can. And start over. Bottom out.
but
This is what franchises have to do from time to time. They have to bottom out.
but Lamelo can't. But Lamelo's not going to go for it. Lamelo being a competitor, he's going to want to compete, and that's going to be the issue here. If they tank, I think they're going to lose Lamelo, even no matter what. I think they're going to lose Lamelo no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But if
And
they start
maybe
to
they feel
tank,
like that too.
if they start to tank, Lamelo said, "Oh, for sure. Now I'm definitely leaving because I feel
Oh.
as though you're. I'm trying to be competitive and trying to make this team a contender, a winner,
Mm-hmm.
And by you tanking, it's like not only are you giving up, but also right,
Mm-hmm.
you are basically saying that we can't compete, and there's plenty of ways that you can compete. Like I'm sorry, but you can. Isn't like the trade deadline? There's no trade. Is the trade deadline over for the NBA? The NBA just started. You can make a
No.
trade
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
You can. But you got to have partners to dance. You got to have partners. And Gordon Hayward, getting him back on the floor again, making sure he's a marketable product, which he doesn't seem to want to be. Again, he's got that trade kicker, so you really are going to have a tough time getting rid of him. It's going to be expensive to get rid of him. But I think everybody else besides LaMelo is negotiable. And LaMelo can play his heart out. He'll just be playing with, bums and not being successful. But hell,
Yeah,
that's just what tanking is. If LaMelo wants the Hornets to be successful, he got to look at this team for what it is now. And knowing he's going to be out another month, they really going to be hurting.
I mean,
So, yeah, where do you go from there?
honestly though, I, I'm
Yeah.
just telling you, certain NBA players have said there's certain NBA players
Hmm.
who want to win, and there's certain NBA players who care about the money. Now, this next year is his contract coming up. And if I'm being honest, you had a so the issue is they don't put too much money on certain people. They have to get rid of them, right?
Hmm.
You need a co-star, and Lamelo is gone. If this is not the reason to bring Joe up now, why again? That's the part that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Also, this is the biggest issue here as well. How can you sit here and say to
How,
your
Sway? How?
superstar, thank you. How can you sit here and tell your superstar that, oh, we're gonna try our best and not make no moves? This is the same team from last year. They haven't made any moves. And again, they're gonna come down to the point where if I'm Melo, and I'm sorry to say this, sorry fans, you're not gonna get any better anytime soon. And you shouldn't expect an NBA player to wait and almost hold back, stint his growth because you don't want to win or you don't have that attitude here. Because honestly, all the Charlotte Hornets care about is the tickets, and Lamelo brings tickets. And at that point, they're trying to keep Lamelo here for as long as they can. But if they're not winning, I could personally see Lamelo leaving and walking out the door. Because what is the purpose here?
Yeah, he can, whatever the differential is in contract value, especially if he's in LA, Houston, New York, or Miami, he can make it up in market value. Just his marketing prowess will make up for any loss of income from staying with Charlotte, especially if
Right.
he's in LA.
Also, there's plenty of players right now, all stars right now, that are waiting to see what the Hornets are going to do to see if they want to keep Melo around. You don't think them all stars are looking at Charlotte and licking their lips because as soon as they make another bad decision, they're going to know Melo's one step closer from leaving because
Okay, but let's play the
nobody is
scenario
doing it.
out. Let's play the scenario out, Marquez. Let's
Go
say
ahead.
they get the number one pick in the draft. They get Victor Wembanyama.
Toxic team.
Now, does he stay? Because
Honestly,
I don't think he's leaving if they get him.
hon- honestly, I think he still leaves.
I don't.
And you know why I think he still leaves? Because
Why?
you got to understand. I'm not trying. This is where my toxicity started to come out now. Then you have to understand. I don't make the rules here. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly. Right? This
Mm-hmm.
team hasn't shown you anything. Okay? They hold Melo when he got here. So what makes you think they're not going to hold Wembanyama? And I hate to say this, but
Mm.
but if a trash organization keeps telling you that you're trash, you're insane to keep staying with a trash organization that show you that they don't want to win. They don't like prosperity,
Mm.
which is another reason why people for you and Quizmaster have made up the toxic teams in NBA. The Charlotte Hornets are toxic because they
Yeah.
keep players around that don't do nothing. That's asinine. That's like
Yeah,
that's insanity.
we didn't have time to get to Charlotte or any other toxic teams,
Oh
but I
my
definitely
goodness.
was going to work my way
Right.
down there.
The Hornets, the Knicks. Oh my goodness. It's like you expect so much from these players and you're a horrible organization. You
Um,
can't do that.
you got a head coach out there without a job who could change life for a few teams. Charlotte could be one of those teams. Chicago could be one of those teams. But should you get Victor Wembanyama and you get Ime Udoka and you get LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges, ain't nobody going nowhere.
But Miles Bridges not coming back. I'm sorry.
It's too many teams interested.
It's too many teams interested in Miles Bridges, not to
Mm-hmm.
mention the fact that they really didn't stand behind him when he
Yeah.
was going through that whole situation, which could make a player feel some type of way. And I'm telling you now, why would Miles Bridges go back after you basically closed the door in his face, didn't hear him out about the whole situation, right? Regardless of what the context is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why would he come back to lowly Charlotte when he got LA knocking him right in his door? When he got Detroit knocking right on his door? When he got Miami knocking right on his door? There's plenty of teams out there that are knocking his door right now, just asking what are basically waiting for a decision. Now, what you gonna do? We already told you we behind you 100%. You stay out of trouble, we're gonna make sure you eat with this money. You stay out of trouble, we're gonna make sure you get the money that you deserve.
Yeah, he's
We're
gonna
not
get it
gonna
one way or the
disrespect you.
other. But Charlotte's gonna want to lowball him.
Exactly. And why would you want to deal with this person who was making the Charlotte Hornets relevant and was also a key reason why Lamelo was an all-star because it was both cooking at the same time. And I hate to say this, Miles Bridges is becoming a star before everybody's eyes. And if I'm Miles Bridges now, you're not gonna stick my money back. If I'm
Yeah,
gonna go back to
and if I
Charlotte,
was him,
you're
I
gonna have
don't
to
think
pay
I'm
me
going back
more.
to Charlotte. Yeah, I
If
don't think
I'm
I'm going back if I'm him.
no,
But again, if you end up with Udoka and Wembanyama, I think you stay.
honestly, I like Wembanyama and I love Melo. Honestly, this is where that's why I love the aspect of the human emotion because sometimes listen, I hate to say this, he go back, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be used for what he's always been used for, an athletic wing who can maybe shoot some threes. And I'm saying this right now, if he becomes inconsistent, and this is just how bad organizations work, if he becomes inconsistent or not as good when he gets the contract, they're gonna be like, well now he's affecting us. They're gonna say they're gonna change up. Oh, I knew we shouldn't trust Miles Bridges. And if I'm Miles Bridges at that point, knowing how bad organizations treat their players who they once loved, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going back. You're not gonna hold me. You're not gonna hold me with the contract. I'm not gonna go back there and deal with pretty much the hate if we come back and we're still the same team last year. The biggest risk here is you keep saying they get Wembanyama, but we don't know if the draft lottery is only 15% year. So 15% this year. So we don't even know if they will even sniff Wembanyama because even though they might have the lowest the worst record, that doesn't guarantee him Wembanyama.
That's a fact.
It doesn't. So at this point, you still might be screwed. And you're gonna have to bite the bullet, Charlotte Hornets fans, because Miles Bridges ain't coming back. So don't expect Miles Bridges to come back. If I'm Melo, I'm gonna think again. That's another knock why Melo might leave. Because also when he was going through that situation, right? You not only did you not stand up for him, Melo was the only one that actually was waiting for the situation to play out, right? Not only did you not stand up for him, but then you hold him on the contract because of that
But
situation.
that's but
We
I mean
know
that was a tough situation. Toxic T. You acting like
I
he
mean,
got found jaywalking.
but what's your point, Flight? Like Kobe went through many scandals, went through a big scandal in his career, and not only did he come back and produce, he came back and produce, and I'm telling you, Kobe definitely got paid after that situation. So
Oh,
let's
you talking
stop
about Miss
acting like
Nasty draws?
I know.
exactly. And we're just gonna say that, you know what I'm saying, Flight? I'm saying it doesn't matter. Do you think NBA players care? You think organizations care about about these players and their issues and their controversy?
At the end
Kyrie
of the
Irving just
day,
came back from an 8-game suspension. You know why they brought him back? It's not because they agree with what they say. It's because Kyrie Irving gives them money
Yeah, why
well,
they ain't just
and he's
cut him?
pushing.
hold on now. He completed his checklist. I don't know if y'all know that. He actually completed the checklist.
He completed it, but I think that was just another. That was more of a. I'm gonna be real with you.
But what if that was somebody else? What if that was Cam Reddish? Would they
What if that was
have
Cam
had a
Reddish?
checklist, or he
They wouldn't have paid it no
looking
damn
out?
attention. They wouldn't have paid it no
No.
attention because nobody knows Cam Reddish.
No, that's
Also,
true.
Cam Reddish is on the Knicks,
He's
a
been
team
out
who's been.
indefinitely.
Cam Reddish is on the Knicks, a team that the NBA has put up against to say this is a team. a team who, let's be real, let's be honest, a team by their own mistakes. You could have gotten Stephen Curry at one point. You could have got SGA at one point. You could have got Donovan Mitchell at one point, and you passed on all these players. You get these horrible, unathletic wings that you keep trying to build your team around, and then you get an old school coach and expect him to succeed when the roster ain't good enough. That's asinine to me.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
With regards to Kyrie?
Yeah, no.
In regards to Kyrie.
To the Knicks, to the bullshit from the Knicks. I was
Yeah, I
talking
mean,
about a different player.
I thought, like we talked about it before. I would have asked, not demanded. I would have asked Kyrie to do a few things, but that the list of demands, money, extorting money, should have been the last thing they did. That's the most fucked up thing on that list was demanding money. That's some bullshit, right? You got enough money, and we all know y'all got enough money. Stop bullshitting. Okay, but offer him a trip on Jeff Bezos' rocket company so he can go see that the Earth is round. Offer him a trip to the Holocaust Museum so he can see how Germany dealt with the Holocaust. But all these bullshit demands that they were making, it's like we want to educate you. Well, how about giving the man some options and a real education instead of making him run this little New York City gauntlet that I don't think really changed anything, to be honest with you.
If anything, in Kyrie's mind, it might have proved his point.
It was excessive.
It was excessive, but it might have proved Kyrie Irving's point. Remember, they tried to hold him with the right.
The people of that community should have came to him, and I'm sure he knows Jewish people. They should have came to him and made those offers to him as opposed to the Nets making a demand. Adam Silver, being Jewish himself, could have made that offer publicly and put it right squarely on Kyrie's shoulders. Like, hey, man, let us educate you and show you what it's all about. But, without going into 2,000, 3,000 years of history, I'm glad this shit is behind us, and I hope that he can play the rest of the season without another distraction because it's fucking tiring. It is. It's tiring.
Last game for the night, y'all. The Nuggets beat the last game for the night. The Lakers are up by 66 to 46.
By a dub. Anthony Davis, 8 for 11. He's getting off without LeBron James on the
What's
court.
going on? They're playing the Nuggets?
Yeah. Oh, no, they're playing the Spurs.
Oh, yeah. I don't count.
I mean,
I was
the dub.
Nuggets.
They gave us a little bit of trouble up here, and I'm just saying, AD without LeBron, they wasn't beating teams before like this.
Right.
Old man Braun.
I'm gonna say, but to answer Fight's question on that, they probably make it like a Myers Leonard situation, where they'll suspend him indefinitely, and we'll never see Cam Reddish again.
Yeah, because Myers Leonard was nobody. He was a nobody.
Has he ever came back?
No, he's done.
You see what I'm talking about?
I could have swore Myers Leonard showed up in San Antonio, though.
Where the fuck was Jaylen Brown? What was happening? No,
see, they don't care about those guys because Kyrie has 30 million social media followers. Right. So when he tweets something, people are gonna see.
No. Whatever he did, they noticed. It was some old shit that they found with him playing the game. He was playing some video games.
Oh yeah, Myers Leonard. I saw that. And he
no, it don't matter who the fuck you are. They gonna find it. It's just who you are, how they gonna deal with you.
Right.
It was never up for discussion to cut Kyrie Irving.
And that's what I mean about the consequences being different. Myers Leonard is a nobody that you can get rid of. Kyrie Irving is not a nobody. I mean, if you go extreme with Kyrie Irving, you got a Colin Kaepernick situation on your hand if you go extreme with Kyrie Irving.
That too. And then you got that arena in Brooklyn I need to get filled out too. So there's big business.
Mm-hmm. But also though, Myers Leonard, no disrespect to him, it's kind of goofy to say the word that he said on a live stream when you really don't have to.
Man.
Very stupid.
But that just tells you his character. That's the subconscious talking, bro. It's like when people get drunk, they start telling the truth.
And guess what? And to make it worse, he's actually a part of the community. I'm leaving alone. It was just stupid.
Is he Jewish?
Yes, he's a part of the community.
Oh my
Nah,
His
I
own
don't think
people
I watch
cancel
the
him.
timeline.
Look it up, like I'm telling you, Miles Leonard is Jewish.
What a
It's
moron.
not no, it's not no back from that.
Stop
Miles
it.
Leonard's thing
So
is
that's a
Jewish.
situation like where we say nigga all day, but nobody will check us for it. But he says the K word once, and his community comes and shuts him down. That's crazy. That's our fault. That's our fault. And I'm gonna get off it, but that's our fault.
I mean, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
You
And it
can't even
goes to
talk
show you,
positively. You can't even speak positively about that community without them being like, "Shut the fuck up. Don't say shit about us." I
right.
admire that. I admire that.
I respect that though too. But also, I watched something about this situation by one of our black leaders.
Yeah.
You know, that I respect. You know, so and he made a very valid point. He said, and I quote during his video, he said, "Y'all have so much to say when it's us saying about you, but as soon when it's but God forbid if we retain the same." He basically said if we kept the same energy, oh, you would hate us. You would hate us more than what you already hate us.
Yeah, but we don't. They keep the same energy about themselves, so at least they're
Exactly.
consistent. We spout our anti-black word 100 times a day, self-included. It's like a damn hymn playing in our heads. Nigga, 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 nigga. Say the K word. We ain't even gonna say the K word on here. I can say nigga 100 times. Ain't nobody gonna do shit. And that's our fault for not locking shit down. And we let our culture run wild. And we embrace the word, whether it was right or wrong. And we got different history. So I'm not saying it's a one-to-one comparison. Nobody has had the hell that we had placed on us. But we get angry and upset that they're able to protect themselves in a way that we're not. And that's, to me, that's what it came down to. I wish we had that kind of unity about us to where somebody says the wrong word about us, hey, we taking all your dough. We shutting you down. And from time to time, we do it. But it's usually with the help of an ally. We don't have the institutional power to shut people down. They do. And the reason that they do is because they went through that hell in Germany and they said never again. So when they got to this country, they got educated, they got in the legal system, they got in the entertainment. Everything that happened to them in Germany, they made damn sure wasn't going to happen to them here. So that's why half of Biden's cabinet is Jewish, because them people are in the fucking government.
Right.
Period.
I got a good point, Zan. Great point. Shout out Basil. Shout out Thunder. Salute to the whole chat tonight, man. It's definitely very political.
So we got to rise up.
Yes, you're right, man. That's basically the moral of the story. We gotta lock our community down to make sure that we could do similar things when things get on the line for us. I think I got the basis of what you were saying.
Right.
It's a good point.
But
But it was good to see. It was. I did see the Black Hebrew Israelites. They were outside. Shout out Sky says we sell each other out. We'll get to that comment. What I was saying was I seen the Black Hebrew Israelites standing outside of Barclays Center. They was deep too.
Yeah.
And they be all in Harlem too. They everywhere. But I mean, you see them a lot on 125th Street. I don't know if y'all know what 125th Street is. Think, like a big ass shopping block.
Oh yeah.
And they be out there.
I've been to Dr. J's.
Oh yeah, Dr. J's, man, that was legendary.
Yes, sir.
2/5. Shout out Harlem. You already know.
Got me a Helly Hansen up in that piece too. That was the peak of the '90s, bro. I was up in there.
Oh yeah.
125 was glorious.
Jazz, everything in that motherfucker.
Yup.
Yeah, New
Good
York
old days.
Shit, man. White Castle was right over there. You probably don't know about the White Castle.
Nah, I ain't wasn't messing with White Castle. That shit was foreign.
Right.
Man, White Castle, man, overrated as hell.
Y'all little square ass
disgusting.
burgers.
Crystal.
Crystals,
What's the difference? It's the same stuff.
Better.
No, Crystal's got better burgers.
No, you bugging.
What? Well, come on, Fly. Crystal got better burgers. I grew up with a White Castle right in my neighborhood. Crystal had better burgers. I'm telling you
Well,
that.
listen, I can't. This guy want to say I'm refraining from using the N word. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it 100. This is a horrible habit. If we want to just keep it, if we want to just speak for real, for me, it's a horrible habit because in New York, like like I said, I'm not. I don't want to get all into that, but basically, a lot of people who I was hanging around, that's just like the shit that we would say. It'd be more shit. Like sometimes you would say, sometimes you calling a woman out the wrong name. These are
Right.
all bad habits
They
that
are.
happen. From growing up and what we hanging out with, and so we just kind of got to break some of these bad habits. That's what I use the N word. It's just a bad habit that I picked up as a young kid, just being a product of my environment that word was used. My father used it. Everybody in my fucking neighborhood used it.
Shit, we all do.
Yeah, we all. So that's just what it is. I just think it's a habit. But I mean, that's just my opinion on how people could take from it. But it's tough. I try not to use it. I mean, I ain't gonna say I try not to use it. I do use it. That's a word that I use, but I try to. I know when to use it.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna use it in a business meeting, or I'm not gonna use it if at work, or if I'm talking to some serious shit. But loosely, yes, I will. And that is a habit that but I can't say I would stop it. But I definitely would like to slow it down.
I feel you. I feel you. It's I don't know. It's always been an internal thing until hip hop and mass media. We didn't hip hop and mass media didn't invent the word. It was just as prevalent before, but it was just a black conversation. It wasn't exposed to the world the way that it is now, to the degree that you got non-black people calling themselves niggas, and we got to take that sometimes. I've been on the train in San Francisco and Asian kids calling each other niggas. It's like, man, this shit is degrading, but you're doing it to each other. So, all right, niggas, I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all next time. But
Basically,
it's like a weird thing where a racial slur got popularized, and the people who it's slurred is against
right.
are the primary users. But we modified the meaning to not be hateful. So it's a modified use of a hateful word, but it's still a hateful word.
Then we give them passes.
Yeah, because you can't fight the world like that every day. Can't fight the world, bro.
Okay, I'm not. I don't have no issue with the word. I don't. I don't act on it. I don't get aggravated by it because I'm not that. So I don't. I don't respond to it. Like,
I
okay,
wouldn't want to be called that by somebody else.
Me either.
me
But
neither.
there's
So we
that
get,
whole thing that Chris Rock said, and I've heard criticism when he said, I love black people, but I can't stand niggas. That's wrong, because all of us are black people until we do something niggerish, as far as I'm concerned. And all of us are subject to do something out of bounds at any given time in our life. And all of a sudden you can get discarded as a nigga and not as one of the good ones. You know what I'm saying? So I
it's
love
funny.
black people. I love niggas. I love spics and all of that shit.
All right, well,
Right.
that,
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
all right,
I
well,
love.
let's move.
Don't say that word.
Let's
We ain't
move
trying to get
past.
canceled on here.
See,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm
there we
saying.
go.
I try to rock out with y'all, and then
We
shit
just
like we go over the edge.
Right?
yeah.
Come
Let's get
on,
back
then.
to bounce. Yeah,
Let's get back
let's
to
go back.
basketball.
Right, right,
Scott
right.
talking about what's wrong with the Bulls. It's looking
Oh,
like they're gonna be making a coaching change.
I'll tell you what's wrong with the Bulls. The coaching is not the issue here, Flight. You know what the issue is?
Oh, I know what it is.
Y'all
Lonzo.
gonna have to choose. It's not about Lonzo either. It's about who you want. Y'all gonna have to pick one superstar over the other because they're both inefficient when they're both on the court together. So you're gonna have to pick one. Somebody's gonna have to come off. Somebody's gonna have to play with the second team. But these two players, and my line's in. But these two players have shown you in the past they're not efficient enough. I mean, DeMar is always consistent. So let me rephrase that. Zach LaVine needs to come off and needs to start and needs to be like a Russell Westbrook and play with the second teamers.
Ooh, ooh. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I mean, but then are they winning with him being in the starting lineup?
Nah, but he ain't Russell Westbrook either.
No, he's not a Russell Westbrook, but I'm saying maybe for him to get his we might need to let him know anybody can play with the starting team. And if we're being 100% honest, it's about time we stop blaming the coaching when you need to start looking at the superstar. He's been paid a lot, and he's labeled he's the guy because he's been paid that guy money. So he needs to either step up. Zid, it's not just me be honest. He needs to step up, or he needs to play with the second team.
He just needs to step up or take some time out to heal whatever is ailing him. You know, suspicions about a lingering injury with him on his knee. But whatever's wrong, he needs to fix it. I just think you pay him too much, and he's still too good to put him on the bench. He got an in-game benching that was tough. You saw him respond to the in-game benching, and let's see if he responds in kind. My guess is he'll come out in the next game fired up.
Have you noticed? It's always the coach. You know what I'm saying? It's the coaching. It's the coaching. It's the coaching. It's Lonzo being injured. I'm getting all these excuses. The guy who get paid, it seems like everybody's so gung ho and everybody's so determined. When it's Lonzo being injured, they say Lonzo need to come back and need to come on the floor. When they're losing and bat rotation, they say Billy Donovan need to step up or he need to get out the door. DeMar DeRozan's doing okay, but he's not doing enough. We get all these other people who are son go ho with this decision, but then you go to the guy who gets paid the most, who gets paid more than DeMar DeRozan, and he gets every single excuse in the book.
I'm not giving him excuses. I'm just saying whatever he's going through, it's probably health related. They need to deal with it.
Yeah, but whose fault is that for him playing through something that he knows is lingering issue? I understand you got to play for the job, but you got the money. So there's no point of you. As soon as you would have got the money, Zing, you could have said, I'm dealing with something and I might need to take some time off. That's better than coming out here and playing like a shell of yourself to continue to play. We already got the contract 4 or 5, 6, 7 months ago. Come on, Zen. Come on, Zen. That's just not right. I understand if you're playing for a contract and you're playing that to get more a contract to get you generational wealth for your family. But when you get the contract and you're still going out there playing knowing that you're injured, that's not only affecting you and your health, but that's affecting the team because your production goes down because you're playing while injured. I'd rather have him be healthy and play at his fullest than sit here and help him be healthy and he play while he trash. And then I'm over here downgrading the man because I'm thinking he's healthy and he's not.
We got the same issue with Dame right now. Dame, they say he's going to be out a couple games, and fans are like, take a couple weeks. Take some time. Get it right. He just tweaked his calf again.
Right.
Damian Lillard is not going to go 2 for 14 and 8 for 24 unless something's wrong with his ass. And right now, he's hurting the team. I bet you any money when he sits out the next game, that offense is going to go ape shit.
We got to face y'all tomorrow. The Bucks and the Trailblazers.
Well, I don't like my chances without him against the Bucks. I'll be honest, because superstars matter, and when you face tougher teams, they really, really matter. So I don't like my chances against the Bucks. But y'all still don't have Middleton, so I think we'll be all right.
I mean, we still got two. We only got Giannis is our superstar.
Yeah,
it's a superstar around a bunch of stars. Chris will be the other superstar. So it's really. Are there any other stars on that team? Is Brook Lopez a star? Yeah.
Who else? Because I don't know. Who else is an all-star on that team besides
Brook
Chris?
Lopez is a star. I mean, these guys are not all-stars.
Right.
Chris Middleton's the only other all-star, so I don't know what to tell you.
Grayson Allen, he's just coming into his own, really. Javon Carter is just coming into his own.
I mean, this is what we have to deal with when a guy who keeps getting injured. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. I can't force nobody to be injured force them to come back and play for us. But again, and the Bucks have never done this, but if Chris Middleton don't come back, I'm telling you, it's going to be a rifling because we're going to be like, okay, everybody else is here but you. It's no way. It's just no way why he still hasn't come back yet. it's got to be more than what he's telling us.
Well, at least he's taking the time to get it right and not rushing his recovery. I respect that.
I respect that too, because I don't want him to come back and be trash and we still losing. Especially when we have other players right now playing pretty good right now. And 11-4 ain't bad. Ain't bad.
No.
We started out pretty good despite not having him. You know what I'm saying?
Started out 10-0.
10-0. So we lost 4 games since we only won a game after that. Won a game after that. We lost a couple of games, but it's okay. You're not going to win
rough.
every game. It's been pretty rough. But hey,
Klay Thompson had a big game tonight. 41 points, 10 for 13 from downtown. I just saw a piece on him yesterday. Somebody was calling him washed. It's almost like guys be hearing that shit. Oh, yeah? Well, hold this.
Listen. I know guys be hearing that crap. Because you remember that day I was here defending Giannis? I said, mark my words, y'all. Giannis finna go off. You keep disrespecting this man, he's finna go off. Remember, best guy was in the comment section downgrading Giannis against the Nets. I'm like, okay. I told them in the comment. I'm saying in my head, y'all don't think NBA players be watching what we saying about them? Oh, they be watching.
Yeah.
What he dropped that night? They be watching.
That angry African ladder tipper.
Yeah. Say what you want to say. That angry African tipper might go off against you boys tomorrow.
That Greek ladder pusher.
Say what you want to say, Zen. At least you're honest. You're scared of him. And you're just trolling because you're scared of him. That's all. Be honest, you're scared. You're scared of what he brings to the court.
Oh, yeah. He's a problem. And this is, they declare, again, the three-point era ain't the three-point era, man. It's the Steph Curry era. Because the people that really scare you are the dominant bigs. And they're the top 3 candidates of the MVP race the last 3 years running.
Say what you want to say. I'm sorry. I'm not scared of no 5'6" person who can shoot from deep. I'm scared of the 7'2" guy who can somewhat put his back on you and hit you with some guard-like moves and then dunk the basketball. That's scary to me.
Yeah.
That's just more scary to me.
It's great that the 3-point game has become more prevalent. I think it's more value. I like that about basketball. But the game is the game. And a shot percentage is a shot percentage. And if you got somebody in the paint, putting up a true shooting percentage of 75% like Jokic, that's 1.5 points per shot. If you're 50% from 3, that's what you're making. And nobody shoots 50% from 3.
Not even the best shooter of all time.
Right.
This generation is Stephen Curry.
So the math just got a math. The math got a math. So centers are valuable.
The issue is, and Thunder said in the comment section, so I'm going to give credit to Thunder. He said that Levine and DeMar DeRozan are 2 of the same type of player. And when I realized that, I'm like, you're right, because they can both drive. The only difference is they're both ISO players, but the only difference is Zach takes more threes, like you said, and DeMar takes more mid-ranges.
Yeah,
but if you got 2 players, right, if you have 2 players who are ISO players, who need the ball in their hand to cook about majority of the time, right? You can't win that way. And I'm not saying you can't win that way, but the only way that people have won that way was in the 90s. And even the great Michael Jordan had to learn how to give the ball out to other players on his team.
Folks, let me put this in perspective. I'm sorry, Marquez, but the Lakers are up 22 points over San Antonio right now. And just to give a little perspective on who the Lakers are, Russell Westbrook is playing behind Austin Reeves and Patrick Beverly and Lonnie Walker, the 4th. Just to offer a little perspective.
Shout out to Hot. I'm not gonna say that nickname no more. I feel like that's disrespectful. Shout out to Jefferson. Yeah, I feel like that's disrespectful.
It comes from a good place.
I just feel like I'm too young to be saying that. Like, I don't have to age.
It's a food joke.
That.
It literally is a food joke.
But shout out to Hot Pockets. You say it anyway.
Yeah. She knows we don't mean nothing by it. But yeah, AD 10 for 15, 24 points, highest plus minus in the game at plus 25. He's 25 and 10 or 24 and 10 already.
Jesus.
Yep. Big props to Anthony Davis and his Los Angeles Lakers because I think it's pretty obvious now who needs to be number one on this team.
Anthony Davis, and I think it needs to be more obvious now. Who needs to play off ball so they can win him another ring? LeBron, it's you. You're not. I'm not saying you watch King James because you can dog walk me in a 1v1. I'm not saying that, LeBron. So don't go hard on me. But LeBron, come back, play off ball, play a more team like basketball, and play what you do with the chase down blocks, and you will get third in your division.
He has never been able to do that before.
He has played off ball though. He's won 4 championships off of playing off ball.
Doesn't it always revert to LeBron with the ball and everybody else turns into a shooter? Doesn't it always turn into that?
But it only becomes that if it only becomes that again if the big guy, the guy who has to take over, the guy who's the number one scorer, is completely off.
I just can't imagine LeBron working hard for a shot off the ball these days, honestly. Can't see it. LeBron coming off of screens, and I don't see it.
Hey, LeBron ain't playing off ball. Hey, LeBron ain't playing off ball. Okay.
No.
And guess what?
At this point,
and LeBron's gonna be sitting home. He's gonna be sitting home in the playoffs. He won't make the playoffs.
Pretty much.
I don't make
all he care about is getting that record. Truthfully.
I mean, but he's fighting a GOAT that he'll never win to. His record is not good enough.
Never. There's nothing you can do, LeBron.
There's nothing you can do. That finals record is the reason why you're not considered a GOAT. I'm sorry.
Trash. It is trash.
There's
Absolutely
no excuse
trash.
why you lose to the I don't care what anybody say. There's no reason why you lose to the Dallas Mavericks.
Steph Curry got a better winning percentage in the finals. You want to run down the line again?
Yeah, let's do it. Stephen Curry, 4-0.
Kobe Bryant,
5-0.
5-0. Michael Jordan, 6-0.
Kevin
Magic
Garnett,
Johnson,
1-0. Paul Pierce, 1-0.
Kevin Durant, 2-2. Or 2-0 rather.
He's 2-0. He only won two rings with Golden State.
Yep.
He's 2-0. Well, he's 2-1. He's 2-1 because he lost to Kawhi. But that's still a better record than LeBron. I continue. I digress. Tim Duncan. It's not even a competition.
What's his record? 5-1?
It's 5. No, he lost LeBron twice. So 3-2.
Basil said Kobe was not 5-0. What's Kobe's record in the finals? 5-6?
No. Kobe's record in the final is 5-1 because he lost to the Celtics.
5-1, 5-6. What am I saying?
He's 5-1. So it doesn't matter if it's a loss or not. LeBron got 8 losses in the finals. It don't matter how many times you get there. You got to produce. You got to finish. And I don't care what anybody say. That Dallas Mavericks championship, I'm going to be real with you. That's a knock on his legacy.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Because he had Dwayne Bray and he had Bosh. When it was that was supposed to be the year they won that first championship. And they didn't expect Dirk Nowitzki to go out there and ball the way that he did. And that's what happened.
He broke down.
Was a problem for Dirk shooting on him.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Dirk never went to another one, it's the fact that Dirk went out there and dominated on the so-called best player of the era, and he got out there and got his ring.
He lost 2 chips to Texas alone.
He did. San Antonio and okay, man, 9,000. Here go the bronze section in the comment section. Here we go. Here go the bronze section in the comment section.
He said the 4 finals MVPs, though.
Okay, 4 finals MVPs. Okay, and who got a better record? Who got the better finals record? You keep talking about these 4 finals MVPs. Who has the better final record? Why you won't bring that one up? Oh, to judge finals, you have to go by finals MVPs? No, sir. To judge finals, you have to win the finals.
Jordan has 6 finals MVPs, by the way. That's 6 for 6, not 4 for 10.
Zen, right?
It's pathetic. Yep.
He's trying to bring up these. Does he not know? This is talking about the LeBron sexuals will make every excuse in the book for LeBron. Like, come on, bro. Everybody knows that's common sense. You judge the finals off of winning it. The finals MVP is an accolade for winning the finals.
The worst part for them is if they look at LeBron's career numbers next to Jordan's, and he's already trailing Jordan in most categories when it comes to percentages and everything else. But over the next couple of years, LeBron's only going to hurt his career averages. So his PER is starting to drop for his career. Finals,
oh my God, I'm sorry. He said Finals MVP means you lead your team to victory. Kobe got carried by Shaq for 3 of his rings. Okay, since you want to use that excuse, but because I hate when people say this. What is your point, man? 9,000, because you can say that about Magic. Hold on. You can say that about Magic when he won 3 of his championships off Kareem. You can't do that. Why are you downgrading other superstars to build your superstar up? That is why I have an issue with your fan base.
Mm-hmm. And this is
how are you going to disrespect the greatness of Kobe Bryant?
They're following their leader, the man who came into the league and put a target on Michael Jordan's back and all that disrespect. He didn't pay attention to what Kobe did. Kobe lived on his own legacy. He didn't say, I'm going to be better than Mike. He didn't call himself the greatest of all time in a barbershop.
I'm sick of this, Zed. I hate, and it's the brown sexuals, the reason why Kobe Bryant gets the disrespect that he get, because you have to, first of all, let's talk about Kobe.
Because they got to put Kobe down in order to elevate LeBron.
Right, but you're not going to disrespect Kobe like this. Kobe Bryant has done more in his career than LeBron James. And let's talk about it. He might not have the stats, but he has the heart, the dedication, he has the drive, he has the intangibles. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it here right now, James.
Now watch this.
Kobe Bryant.
They got to pump Scottie Pippen up to degrade Jordan. This is their behavior.
Right. Listen. Now listen to this, right? Hold on. Listen to this, right? Kobe Bryant is the only player in NBA history to reconstruct his whole game after having a good base set of skills. When Shaq left, Kobe had to design he had to create more tricks in his bag so that he can carry the load, because Shaq wasn't there anymore. And what did he did? He went to 2 out of 3 finals and completed it. He got more, and you keep talking about Shaq. Kobe got more rings than Shaq. He got 2 of them out the mud. So what is you talking about, man? 9,000. Stop disrespecting the great Kobe Bryant because Bron couldn't do enough in his career. Stop doing that. And if another person tell me that Scottie Pippen it was better than Michael Jordan, because you are a hater and a casual, I'm a block you. Man, 9,000 make you almost want to block him, because I cannot believe that you just said.
Bron had some stick to it and wasn't always buck jumping, he might have more titles. But Anthony Davis is putting on a clinic, y'all. It's 81-50 LA over San Antonio. And also, you keep talking about Shaq. Shaq was overweight. Shaq didn't have the drive. Shaq didn't have the dedication. And when Shaq left after Kobe, he only had one more ring with D-Wade, and then he was garbage after that. So miss me what you want, man. 9,000, you disrespectful punk. You're 4-6 in the finals. You're dying that guy, and he's not better than Michael Jordan. He's not better than Kobe. He's not better than Magic. He's not better than Karl Malone. He's not better than these guys. And stop saying that he is. And those career averages are going to drop over the next couple of years. The longer he plays, the lower they go.
Oh, my God.
His PER this year is 8 points below his career PER. That's how bad he's hurting his legacy right now.
This is what I'm talking about with the Bron sexuals. Bron has surpassed Kobe. It's nothing to be ashamed of, because Bron has been playing longer than Kobe. Kobe retired because his body was breaking down on him. And let's talk about it again. I'm sorry, you can say what you want, Bron sexual, but ain't nobody gonna be loved more in LA than Kobe Bryant is. I'm sorry. So if you think the fans of LA are gonna sit here and allow you to disrespect Kobe Bryant in front of their face because LeBron only got 1 when Kobe gave him 5, you sound like
Rap God Reloaded. Salute Rap God Reloaded. Salute Lamont. Always salute Basil. We know you're around, Basil.
Oh my God. Rap God, listen. Rap God Reloaded. I'm weak. He said, never get. Kobe blew a 3-1 lead to Steve Nash. Braun never blew a 3-1 lead. You know why he never blew a 3-1 lead, you goofy? Because he was either coming back from games or he was losing.
Quiz, Al Francesco in the chat, someone who's new to me, says, salute to the panel in the chat. So what do you guys think about Dwight Howard? What Dwight Howard is doing in Taiwan? His debut had like 38 points, and today he
I
had
saw
25 points. Everyone there loves him. Yeah, I think he had 25 rebounds to go with those 38 points the other day.
I'm thinking about it.
What do
He's
you
doing pretty
think, Wes?
good. I think he's doing pretty good. I
Shit, if
mean,
he
Dwight
lucky enough to
Howard,
putting up Jordan numbers.
right? But also,
Well,
Dwight Howard is.
you know he gonna get signed.
LeBron's like,
He doing this shit
Do
on
you
purpose.
get
He gonna go over there and wild
it?
out, and then because their season stops like probably right before the playoffs. That's usually what they do. They go overseas, and then this overseas season to stop like right after the trade deadline for when it's time to pick up free agents, like that window, like right after the deadline. And then I think it's some moratorium where you could sign free agents or some shit like that, and that's when people from overseas.
LeBron on a different level
So
than
I'm pretty
Kobe.
sure Dwight
My
gives
goodness.
himself a nice piece that teams attractive. And he up there putting
LeBron
40 points up, like 20 rebounds, 7 blocks. You remember the fuck?
hey, Quiz, hey, Flight. This is wait. I figured out this is how LeBron can win more championships than Jordan. You go to China. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Flight, can you drop the link?
Yeah, I did. They need it.
Yeah, Nick, can you drop the link for Man 9000? Because again, you know what? I've never seen a fan base downgrade a superstar in Kobe Bryant to build their superstar up. How dare you disrespect
The
Kobe
same
Bryant?
team's fans, but one sector of those fans are not really Lakers fans.
The LeBron fan.
They're former
It's still
Cavaliers fans. They're former Heat fans. They buck jump.
They buck jump because they go where LeBron go.
Right.
Hey, listen, you can say what you want to say. But LeBron has never stayed. Listen, LeBron has never stayed a career in one place. LeBron has been in 3 different places. Michael and Kobe get the upper notch against your superstar because they stayed there their entire careers and they've won. And that matters more than jumping to different teams.
LeBron has never built a dynasty. Point blank, period. And never will.
What do you mean, Man 9000? You downgrade Kobe.
All the greats have built a dynasty.
How dare you disrespect Kobe and say that Bron and Jordan are on a different level than Kobe?
Steph has a dynasty. Steph is over Bron.
Listen to this. And that's not even the worst part. Listen. That's not even the worst part. Are you serious? Kobe? If you put Stephen Curry over LeBron, that makes sense. Because I have Stephen Curry over LeBron. I don't think LeBron's not even my top 5.
Steph has 4 chips. 4 chips in what, 12 seasons, 13 seasons?
Yep, he has.
What's taking LeBron 20 years?
Two-time MVP. The only unanimous MVP in the NBA to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And he stayed with Golden State despite the roster trying to almost trade him away. Despite the roster not believing in him.
And he is known as the best
shooter of all time.
And what is LeBron known for?
The biggest choke artist in finals history.
Wow.
They be looking at him like he's the best player ever.
Wow.
Like Flight, they're saying that he's better than Karl Malone, he's better than Kobe, he's better than Steph, he's better than the Mount Rushmore because what?
Y'all passed that collection, played around. Cash App, $ Young AK 516. We taking y'all to church.
Right. This is blasphemous. I can't. You say Kobe and LeBron are on a different level than you say Jordan and LeBron are on a different level than Kobe. When before LeBron was in the league, it was only Michael and Kobe. It was only Michael and Kobe. Kobe was the Michael Jordan of the 2000 era, and despite what you believe, he has a better record than that boy, that kid from Akron. You can hate me all you want.
How many chips did Bird win? 3?
Bird went 3. I think he won 3 or 4.
How many chips did Isaiah win?
2.
Was it only 2?
It was only 2.
Okay. But he won it with one team. So I wouldn't call. Would you call Bird's Celtics? I would call Bird's Celtics a dynasty.
Yes, they won 3. That's a dynasty.
Okay. So Bird had a dynasty. Magic certainly had a dynasty. Kareem,
Kobe
you
had
could
a,
say. Could you
Kareem had
say
a dynasty
Kareem had a dynasty? Kobe had a
because
dynasty.
I mean Kareem,
Michael, obviously.
Bill Russell
Steph.
had a dynasty.
Yep. Steph. Tim Duncan had a dynasty.
Now, let's be honest. If you want to go based off of rings, here are your top 5 players: Bill Russell, Magic, Steph.
Okay, but we got to be real about Russell's rings, all right?
Why? What's the difference here? I mean, you can
Because he
say what you
played
want to say.
in a league with 9 teams and like 10 black people, man. Come on, we got to be real
I
about
mean,
what
but
he
that's the
was
history of the
actually
NBA.
doing.
I mean, that's history of the NBA. We don't say nothing about Dr. J. I mean, we want to. We can get
But
into it.
come
Let's get
on,
into it.
man. Be realistic about it. We got to be honest
I'm
about
sorry, but
what
Dr.
he was
J.
doing.
I'm sorry, but Bill Russell's top 5 of all time.
I don't want to take nothing away from his legacy, but we got to be real about 11 championships. We got to be real about that.
Fine, whatever. If you don't want to include the championships, we know for a fact that you. All right, this is not a Bill Russell.
That's why I gotta accept the criticism when people say, "Yeah, the Celtics got 17 chips too, but they really only have 6 in the modern era." That's true.
But who cares? Again, who cares about that? Because if that's the case, you might as well downgrade the Lakers chips. Because Lakers have been winning before the modern era of NBA. You got to downgrade the Lakers too?
So they're before the modern era. Most people would say before Magic and Bird, that era is not the modern NBA.
Okay, forget it. You know what? I don't care. Because
I'm just saying this is where most people will draw a demarcation, because the merger between the ABA and the NBA, put all that on the table. And then Magic and Bird were like the first 2.
Hey, listen, it's that funny. Look, you see, we're talking about dynasties, and it's forcing Man 9000 to not get accountability here. Let's stay on the LeBron issue, because he's trying to make us pump fake to dynasty when the issue is your boy here is a choke artist. He's the only final superstar.
Let me respond to that.
Get swept twice.
Let me respond to that. What were the Chicago Bulls before Michael Jordan got there?
I'll wait.
They was dirt.
They was bombs, right?
They was dirt.
Yeah, you right. You say dirt. What's his name there? What's his name? Quentin Daly. They was trying to run him out of town because they was calling him a rapist.
Mm-hmm.
And they come by the stands, but by the fans, they be picking them and everything else. The fans outside, the ladies outside picking them, saying the man that starred, y'all stars, a rapist. Next thing you know, they got Michael Jordan. He was a lifesaver.
Speak on it, King Vern. Now, what did Michael Jordan do when he got there? What did he say about his teammates, and how did he impact that culture in Chicago?
Well, he didn't say too much about the players that he was with. He already knew that they was below their level anyway, because he knew when he came in on it was a dirty deal, like you said.
He said there was a bunch of cokeheads. I'll say it.
Right. They were dirty, right? Well, see, there you go, boy. I'll tell you, it don't take you long to catch on. Yeah, they was dirty.
Yeah.
Right.
The
only thing,
like he cleaned up Chicago Bulls, he just turned them into winners. He built his team and got his team around him, and they played like he wanted to play, like he wanted them to play.
Exactly.
LeBron need that same chance. Remember, he came to LA not too long after he got to LA. He won the championship. It wasn't really no fluke. You might call it a bubble championship, but he did win the championship. You need to put some respect on that man's name. Like that.
No, I mean,
hey, I'm talking like you.
I look at it like the monkeys versus the Beatles, Uncle Vern.
Okay, well, you look at it like the chicken coming home to roost. I already know, because you said he always be playing his managerial hat more than be playing his player hat. But I'm gonna tell you something. He still got something up under that player hat. Believe me, young man.
He's running out. He's running out fast. But
but respectfully though, and that's no disrespect to LeBron. I'm not taking LeBron in the final situation over Michael, over Magic, over Kobe, over Bird. I'm not doing that.
You ain't gonna have to.
So don't expect me to.
When you start throwing other names around and comparing other names to him, remember, like that young man just said earlier, he got 4 MVP.
4 Finals MVPs.
4 Finals.
Okay, but
that means a lot, because you be hollering about that Steph Curry. Steph Curry got about a million championships, but he only got 1 Finals MVP. I mean,
But he has a better winning percentage than LeBron.
Whoa. Now
And he is the foundation of a team that's won 4 chips. We can't argue
Uncle
that.
Vern, since you want to talk about it so much, he's the definition of changing the whole era. He created the three.
Sure
he
did.
basically put the 3-point and made it a known commodity in the league. So before
Sure
you
did.
disrespect Steph Curry, Uncle Vern, you need to come back to this conversation. I'm sick of the LeBron fans sick of anybody talking about LeBron having to downgrade other superstars because they don't want to accept the truth. He's a fucking choke artist, and that's what he always been.
Pastor, can I explain to you?
Yeah, it's not that simple.
Today, Jim. I liked that show. I saw your show today, Jim. Let me get off that. Let me get past that. I saw that. I liked it. I hit the like button on that. I liked that.
Thanks, Vern.
You and Quiz.
Thank you, Vern.
I wish he was on now, so this fool that's talking won't be talking to me like that.
Oh no, I'm speaking you facts.
Yeah.
There's difference between me and you. You want to go after people. You go after people's. You want to go after people's names and disrespect them. Me, I'm just simply calling out the facts. Before you disrespect Stephen Curry by saying that because he only has 1 final rings, at least even though he didn't get more Finals MVPs, I'd rather have more championships than Finals MVPs because guess what?
What?
If LeBron has won 4 Finals MVPs. But I can name you 3 series, Uncle Vern, where one shot has saved LeBron James' career. 3 of them.
See, before
3
I
of them.
was rudely interrupted, I was this. See, the LeBron James ain't my favorite player, to be honest with you. Nor well, to a certain extent, it got to be Michael Jordan because he was a prayer to be in Chicago. See, my prayers come to listen to me. I had prayed that Wade would get him somebody and help him win some more championships after he came out of Chicago and went out of Marquette and won those championships like that. And you grew up in the area where I grew up in the south suburbs where I played basketball. That you familiar with Chicago? Yeah. But to make a long story short, he was the answer to my prayer because I wanted Wade to win some more championships because I knew he had it in him. All these else. And then LeBron came there. Oh, I'm telling you. First I prayed for Shaq. Shaq came there. Then I prayed for LeBron. Come on, Jim Master.
So you was giving it up for your boy. I feel you. You wanted Jermaine Wade to get it, and he got it.
The basketball gods be real good to me, Jim Master.
He got what? 2?
Yeah.
2 or 3? Boy, he has 3.
Yeah, boy.
He has 3.
Hey, I'm telling you, boy. He could have had 4 if it was for what's his name, the big German guy. But
that's a charmed career.
Yeah, thank you. Let's not even talk about that. Let's talk about the good spot.
D Wade is everything that Derrick Rose could have been.
And he pulled a move. Would you call that move when he left Miami a snake move?
Who, LeBron?
Yeah.
No, I don't call it a.
Because he left Miami, he left his boy hanging.
I thought it was a bad move, and maybe a little bit of a snake move because as soon as D Wade's knee went bad, he looked up north and was like, "Well, Kyrie's healthy." I mean that is kind of why it's snakish, but at the same time, it would have ultimately benefited LeBron to stay in Miami long term.
Because what happened when he went to the?
Good question.
And you know what's ironic? The year he left Dwayne Wade, who was going from a knee injury. Oh, this is ironic. He goes to the finals. You remember?
Yeah.
He goes to the finals, and guess who is injured? 2 of the best players on his team. Now I look at that as karma.
Yeah, that's some shit.
Because guess who was healthy? Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
So that's ironic.
Well, Bosh got those blood clots, and Wade had the creaky knees, and Braun looked around and was like, I got no stick to itness. I like prefabricated championships, so let me go work with this young all-star up in Cleveland and get it done with Kevin Love.
And guess what? They only won 1 out of all that.
One. Yeah.
1.
And 1 in L.A., and they ain't about to win another one.
Trash ass LeBron. Make me sick.
One in Cleveland, but they was only going to win 1 in there anyway. He wasn't going to stick around and try to win no more.
Yeah, so that's why I say staying in Miami would have been the smart thing to do, and ultimately why he shot himself in the foot.
He didn't want Pat Riley. Pat Riley put him in his place.
See,
oh my God.
That's LeBron's problem. If he'd have stuck with Pat Riley, just stuck with the program, bro, he'd have 6 or 7 by now. I believe that.
Wow, you heard what he said? Y'all heard what Uncle said, something very valuable.
What's that?
He said, and I quote this. He wasn't going to stay long term because he wanted to win 1 for the city of Cleveland, so that nobody can say He alluded to the fact that nobody could say that he didn't go back and win. But my issue is this.
Every time making all that noise,
And then
do it on the nose and everything.
and then Uncle Vern, after leaving Dwayne Wade, he gets Dwayne Wade to Cleveland
Go
and
ahead.
then trades him back to Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that again, because you lost me on that one. I'm sorry, I was caught up. What did you just say?
I said that everybody is a superstar that everybody loves so much is not only is he a snake, but he's a turncoat and he doesn't help out his teammates. He sat there and left Dwayne Wade to get a one championship in Cleveland. Then he recruited Dwayne Wade to come to Cleveland because he couldn't beat Stephen Curry and the Warriors. And then halfway through the season, instead of letting it ride, he traded them away.
Hey,
He traded him away, Uncle Vern. And do you know what happened to LeBron James in that season? He got swept.
I'm gonna tell you something. This only one time I ever see LeBron James quit in the playoffs. It's only one time. That's what J.R. Smith had did that. You know what I'm saying? When he made that little mistake with the points and stuff like that.
Man,
Because that next game they came back and played. That was an elimination game, and LeBron already knew in his mind and his heart that they lost that game. You understand me?
that was the first game. It wasn't an elimination game. That was the first game.
It was okay bet. Well, it seemed like LeBron already knew after coming back after that, he had already lost that game. He had already lost that series. Seemed like he didn't have no fight in him after that. That's what I'm saying. How many games did he win after that?
He didn't win any. He got swept.
Yeah, man. He, great, all-time great. Will be the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, but that's basically
by default.
Yeah, it's just a longevity record, and he shot himself in the foot more often than not. I think that has to be said. If he had some stick-to-itiveness, some grit, some determination, some grind, he probably would have 6 chips. They may not be 2 3-peats, but he probably would have 6. But LeBron likes things, pretty much pre-made for him, and that's why I give so much flack to the bubble, because who else is going to do better in a bubble than besides the richest guy in the NBA who's able to basically relocate his world to the bubble while everybody else is living in, nice rooms and everything, but he's actually got his life in Orlando without a whole lot of fuss. Of course he wanted to be there. Of course he was going to have every advantage. Of course the Lakers were going. It was just another prefabricated championship.
And Zid, not to mention, Zid, they lost a child in LA that same season.
Who
so
lost
it was
the child?
already the Lakers lost their son. They lost their heart. He was retired and he left this planet that season.
Kobe.
Kobe.
Bryant.
Yeah. That was an inspiring.
I'm talking about, bro.
Damn.
I cried. I saw LeBron James cry. I said after this, I don't even care the Lakers win this championship because they got to win this one for Kobe.
Yeah, we were all kind of behind him. Yeah, we were all kind of behind him at the time because of that. So I get it, but at the same time, man, we all believe that Anthony Davis can't stay healthy for an 82-game season plus playoffs plus finals, and that 4 months off helped the Lakers win that championship at the end of the day. And that playing basically NBAAU was tailor-made for somebody like LeBron.
And now they're going to downgrade. Now you see Man 9000, he's downgrading Kareem. He said also, Braun will break those record in less games than Kareem played. LeBron has played more games than Kareem.
Well, that's a better scoring average. That's one thing.
Also, it's a better scoring average. Also, Kareem.
It ain't the best.
Not the best, but also Kareem. Hey, and again, Kareem used the same move his whole career. And that record was held for 40 years until somebody like LeBron James came in and had longevity. That's why it's being broken.
Right.
Otherwise,
Whoa.
what are you saying whoa for, Uncle Vern? That's a fact.
Whoa.
It's true.
It's true.
Not true it is. I don't agree with it. It could be true. You're bad.
How do you not agree with a fact?
This is what I'm saying. I know Kareem played 20-some-odd years in the pros. You understand? But I know LeBron is on the way to 20-some-odd years. So I do the math. It ain't going to take him long to catch up, is it?
No, it's not. He's going to catch him faster.
That's the case.
LeBron's gonna catch
And
him
and
faster, Uncle
we
Vern,
also
because
playing at the same level, that's the same speed Kareem was
he
playing.
realized he cut me off for that.
well, look, we also thank you for that, Vern. We also got to acknowledge that Vince Carter played 22 years and did not break Kareem's record. So it's not entirely about longevity, but
well, I'm talking about being good in longevity, my brother.
right, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's
But I
hard.
wasn't talking about Vince Carter here. I was talking about LeBron.
Right, but if we're talking about pure longevity, there are players, or there have been players who played longer but haven't broken a record.
Uncle, hey, Zed, this is aggravating to me. I have to break it down like that for people to understand.
That's what makes good talk, though, Marquez.
I didn't hear what he said. Say it again. I'm gonna see if it's good talk. What did you just say?
I said, Uncle Vern, I'm not going to repeat it again. I'm saying this again. Kareem used the same move for over 20 years. And his scoring record, are you going to, how the fuck are you going to cut me off while you ask me to repeat
Because
it?
that's why I say I don't agree with it, because of the fact he shot free throws too. And he did dunks. And they ain't all hook shots.
It wasn't all sky hooks.
Okay,
But
then.
what is his most dominant move?
Oh, he's known for that. But
Show.
now you got to be careful, because you talk about your man Giannis too with one move.
That's fine, but it's dominant, is it not?
And so was Kareem.
I'm not trying to. Why is everybody trying to discredit Kareem here? I just want my point to land.
So what's the point?
That's what I like, the 3-pointers he did.
God, I'm saying to say this: Kareem was dominant in his era,
Yeah.
but as I was trying to say, the LeBron sexuals will downgrade Kareem as well, because what you just said, he only had one skill set, because these casuals have never watched Kareem play on tape.
That's hate.
They haven't.
That's hate.
That's hate. That's not
Well,
hate. That's the truth.
No, that LeBron
If you
sexual.
can downgrade Kobe, you
That-
can downgrade
that-
anybody in the top five.
That LeBron sexual comment, pause. That's
Man,
I find it offensive.
Oh,
hey,
we do it just
man.
to aggravate people who are LeBron fans. I do it intentionally just to fuck with people. So
Man.
don't take it personally. It's
Don't take it
meant to
personally.
fuck with you.
It was.
it's meant to aggravate you.
I know you know better, because you got more than 6th grade education. I can say the same thing about him.
Slow your
Hey,
All right, hold on. Unc, I'm telling you now. Stop disrespecting me. I don't call you out your name. I only talk about your tapes. Don't
Hey,
disrespect me like
Jessica.
that. Man to man, listen to me. Man to man, I'm 20 years old. I'm giving you that. I would give you that same respect if you was my age. Don't sit here and disrespect me like that, because I'm only talking about your tapes. Please and thank you. I'm not gonna tell you this again.
Salute to Jessica in the chat. I think Jessica's trying to get in flight. Dex, either of y'all there?
I'm
listen,
here right here. I don't
and-
know. My bad. I had a problem with my connection. I couldn't hear shit.
And it's no
Okay.
disrespect to you, Unc. It's no disrespect to you. But I'm telling you, as a man, you're disrespecting me. I have not called you out your name today, and there's no reason why you come at me
chill out.
and say that
Chill out,
6th
man.
grade
Y'all
comment.
too, chill out, man. Chill, man. Y'all good, man.
All right, bet. All right, Uncle Vern, you want to do 6th grade comment? Bet. Don't be sensitive. Don't be sensitive when I say the comment I'm finna say. For sure.
Say it.
For sure.
Get it over
For
with.
sure.
Get it off
Well,
the-
go ahead. Let's get back to basketball.
Let's get back to basketball. For sure. I'm telling you, Uncle Vern, stop disrespecting me like that. I'm telling you that now. I'm not trying to disrespect you, OG. Don't do that to me.
I think we can
Don't do
all
that.
agree to keep things focused on basketball and not personal, right? I think everybody can agree to that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so let's please move forward.
Let's
We
move
got
forward.
the Lakers putting a thumping on the San Antonio Spurs. Now, you might say, yeah, that's the Spurs, but they have a better record than the Lakers do right now. They're 6-11. The Lakers are 4-10, and the Lakers are up 112 to 86. Let's take a look at what Anthony Davis is doing. He now has 30 points on the night. He also has 18 rebounds to go with that, plus 34 in the fucking box. Salute Anthony Davis. Patrick Beverly, a plus 27 in the box. He's 1 for 5 from the floor. Only 3 points for Patrick Beverly.
What about Westbrook?
We'll get there. I'm gonna cover the starters first, but Austin Reeves 7 for 11, having a great game. 3 for 4 from downtown, 4 for 4 from the stripe. I forgot to mention AD is also 6 for 6 from the stripe. and had 2 assists and 1 block. Austin Reeves has 21 points. Bryant, center Bryant, 5 for 5 from the floor, 4 for 6 from the stripe for him, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. He has 14 points. Russell Westbrook has 10 points on the night. He's 4 for 9 from the floor, 2 for 5 from 3. Very efficient. 4 rebounds, 10 assists for Westbrook. He's a plus 14 box plus minus. My man has found his goddamn place. Give it up for Russell Westbrook. Give it up for the Lakers tonight, and give it up for Anthony Davis.
Shout out to the Lakers.
I got to take care of a business trip for the pup. I'll be right back.
All right.
You're good. So, otherwise, yeah, the Lakers, man. Anthony Davis doing good. It's good to see him, step up to the plate, and be, a key focal point, for the Lakers. Because
I mean,
he got to step up. They got too much money invested in these dudes.
right. So, I mean, at this point, Flight, the only one it belongs to that needs to step back and change his play is LeBron James. If LeBron can play a different style, they might be able to win some more games because Westbrook's eating, AD's eating, so.
Well, we need to realize that they playing against San Antonio, young man.
I mean, it doesn't matter who you play. You got to go out there and get the dub.
Right.
It could be the Pistons or the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, a dub's a dub. We don't. if they were to lose to the Spurs tonight, we'll say what we always say. They've been trashed the whole season, but they're doing good. They're doing what they're supposed to do, and I think that deserves some credit and some props.
Right. Well, I'm
So
just
that
saying,
is.
you just made a comment about that. Get rid of LeBron. You know what changed? Get rid of LeBron. I think I heard you say something like that pertaining to that. That was the last.
No, I did, Uncle Vern. That's not what I said. I said that LeBron needs to change his style of play.
Oh no, that's what it is. Okay, yeah, right.
Because if he doesn't change his style of play, Uncle Vern, he's going to be the reason why they're sitting at home in June.
Yeah, right.
That's not me being disrespectful to LeBron as the man. As the player, he's a great basketball player for what he do. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be going hard on this because I want more out of LeBron James. And the Lakers should ask for more out of LeBron James. That's all. He's an all-time great. They got to step up when the Lakers need him to be. That's all I'm saying. I'm not comparing him to Jordan. I'm comparing him as an all-time great. He's he's top 10 easily. Maybe you could consider him top 5 easily. Some of the greatest NBA players of all time.
What you say? Last time they won a championship in LA was about what? 2 years ago? How many years ago?
2 years ago. Yeah.
How many?
2 years ago. 2020. 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
360 and then 362 times 360 is like how many days?
I mean, if you do it, it's like 600 days.
Whoa, 600, let's say 600 and what, 20 days, right?
It's 365 days in a year.
Yeah,
so about 700. About 700 days.
Well, I'll tell you, they ain't won a championship in a long time, huh?
I mean, they haven't won it in 700 days.
I mean, they ain't won a championship in a long time, huh? And we can break them days down in minutes. Let's break them days down in minutes. How many minutes you think that is now?
Honestly?
Well, first of all, let's start at hours.
Hours?
Oh, it's been a long time. 2 years, boy. Man, I'm old now. Last time they won a championship, I was a young man.
Uncle Vern, listen. The last time they won a championship, I'm 20 years old. I graduated in 2020.
You're 20 years old now. You said you were 20. You're 20.
I'm 20 years old.
Okay.
Right. I'm 20 years old.
That means
I was 18 years old at that point. I just graduated high school the last time the Lakers won a championship. That was 2 years ago.
Right. And you're an old man now, huh?
No, I'm almost done with my freshman year. I'm like almost done with my freshman year. I started school late in the fall, so I'm my freshman year of college.
Hey man, shoot, boy, man, 2 years, man. 2 years is a long time.
Mm-hmm. I got nieces and nephews now about 2 years old. It's a lot of things change in 2 years, Uncle Vern. That's what I'm saying.
They don't know nothing about that championship LeBron won, huh? Now, if you sit up there and say, hey, with your nephew or something, say, hey, the boy, you remember LeBron James? They look at
right. Listen, Listen, I'm telling you, there's gonna be a player of this generation. They're gonna push up as the GOAT, and they're gonna forget all about LeBron James. And then I'm gonna have to be as old as I am, Uncle Vern, and I have to put some respect on LeBron's legacy. But until then, yeah, Uncle Vern.
I can,
Until then, and I can't give him the notch over Jordan because Jordan is my introduction to basketball. I'm sorry, I,
you
I
know,
can't do that.
my Marquez, when you say that, it makes me think that you know about basketball instead of just, like went back and watched it on YouTube and stuff like that. Watch a couple of games on YouTube and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it had to be a reason for Michael Jordan to be your favorite player. You had to see them playing personally to make him to be your favorite player. He can't be your favorite player over YouTube.
No, he's not my. He's my favorite player because of the mentality he brought to the game, the impact he had to the game, and multiple things. It's not just because I can't. If we're going by that logic, Uncle Vern, then I can't have him as my goat. But I respect.
How many of those games do you remember watching them play?
I wasn't born during his era of basketball.
All right, man. I got you.
But if we're
That's
being
what
honest, I
Ah,
respect. Well,
hey
listen,
boy, hey, look
I
at you. Hey, whoa,
respect
whoa, whoa, whoa,
LeBron
whoa, whoa, whoa,
James.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. You got that kind of that Jesus. You got that faith in Michael Jordan, like that Jesus Christ faith. You ain't never seen him, but you just know he real. You ain't knew you wasn't around when he was around, but you just know he's real and everything about him is real. And you can say
I
the
mean,
same
but
thing about Michael Jordan. But you
Michael's not
went
my
back and
favorite. All right.
and you
I
went back
mean,
and watched Michael Jordan.
that's fine. I mean, I can't help the fact that I wasn't born in the '90s. I mean, you can't. That's not my decision. That's my parents' decision. That was my parents' decision at that point. But if we're being honest, I respect Michael because I didn't see LeBron, Michael play, but I saw Kobe play. Kobe was my childhood.
Right,
I saw Kobe play, and Kobe said out his own mouth, and I quote, "There wouldn't be a Kobe. If I'm the remix, it wouldn't be a Kobe Bryant without a Michael Jordan." And that's
okay.
what made me develop more respect for Michael Jordan. And that's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay, I see.
Michael Jordan was the originator and Kobe Bryant was the remix. I love the remix of Kobe Bryant. So it told me, me being young, I wanted to go back and see who was Kobe's idol. And Kobe's idol was Michael Jordan. That's
Yeah.
why I went back and saw it. And I say, okay. I start looking and seeing pieces by pieces, how their games are similar. And I'm like, I can see that, which gave me a more profound respect because without Michael Jordan, there wouldn't be a Kobe, and that's why I respect Michael Jordan as much as I do.
I
It's
I
not
agree.
a
I agree with you with that too, because my favorite player to a certain extent, like I said before, is Michael Jordan, and I know Michael Jordan's favorite player is David Thompson. David Thompson was always my favorite player, especially when he was there with North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? When he was playing in North Carolina, I'm with North Carolina State. But I'm gonna tell you
mhm.
something though. Yeah, I see why David Thompson was Michael Jordan's favorite player. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's not like it's no. I hate when people say, "Oh, because I'm young or people are young, they can't go back and learn the game of basketball." I mean, that's asinine. Just because a
Right.
kid, just because a kid was born in the 2000s, it doesn't stop them. They love basketball, Uncle Vern, or they love watching the game of basketball. They're gonna go look up anybody from the past. They're gonna look up Allen Iverson. They're gonna look up David Robinson. They're gonna look up Muggsy Bogues. They're gonna look up Larry Johnson. They're gonna look up these guys.
Right.
And believe it or not, Uncle Vern, a lot of the names I just told you, a lot of people don't know those names,
Yeah, I know it.
especially not my age.
Right, I know
It
it.
just
That's why I say I realized that when you mentioned those names and stuff like that, I realized you know what it is when you be talking about certain, like certain players, certain things and stuff. I know what you talk about, but I had to get to a point if you really seen them players and grew up with them, or you just heard about them. And then when you
right.
explain that with Kobe, you explain that situation like you grew up with Kobe like that. You understand?
Right. Which is why I was defending Kobe hard against Man 9000 because I am a Kobe fan. Kobe is my favorite player of all time, regardless of the fact that he was wearing a different jersey. Kobe
Right,
Bryant is my GOAT. That's how
right,
I feel. But if we're being honest, Kobe got a knock against Michael because Michael won one more finals. You see what I mean? Also, Michael Jordan got a better resume. But if we're being honest, I would still pick Kobe.
Look,
It's not no disrespect.
my question. My question, look here. Honestly, seriously though, you to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people be playing that. It's like that what is it? That Monday night football, armchair football and stuff like that. It's like they be coaching from the sideline and stuff like that. When you
Mhm.
put comparisons on players like that, it's kind of hard to stick up to that because of the fact that you always have to check the record. And a lot of times when it comes down to like even with what we just I do arguing about LeBron and about Kareem. You have to check the whole total record if you're gonna start looking at that. But see, if I start looking at it like that, I have to say Will Chamberlain was a better center than Kareem was. So how would I make Kareem the most valuable player in the whole league or anything like that? He just
Right. We're talking about talent.
he broke records. That's
Right.
all.
If we're talking about talent, clearly the most talented or most athletic was Wilt. But if
I
you look
would
at the resume, Kareem has a better resume than Wilt.
or Shaq. How would you
Same
compare
as Shaq.
to Kareem?
You know,
He played.
Shaq's
Shaq played. Who's the greatest center that ever played? All three of them played for LA, B. Well, not all. Yeah, all three of them played for LA.
who's the greatest center of all time, who I would have.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Out of LA.
Out of LA, easily.
LA Lakers.
It's not even close. I'm taking Shaq. What Shaq did in that little box right there, not even Kareem was doing. And
Right.
Kareem was dominating just as much as Shaq was back in
Right.
the early '80s. But
Would
I'm telling you, Shaq was a different man in that little square box. That was all Shaq.
Would you consider LeBron being a greater player than Shaq?
No,
LeBron played for the Lakers. Would LeBron be considered being a greater player than Shaq?
no,
Okay. Why not?
because LeBron is dominant, yes, but how dominant as Shaq is during his prime, you got to compare these players during their primes too. It's not even close, and that's no disrespect to LeBron, but it's not even close.
It's close. It's one thing your boy Kobe said about Shaq. What did he say about Shaq?
He said Shaq and I quote could have been the greatest center of all time,
Go ahead, but what?
but
He
he
was
was
lazy.
never in shape. He was lazy.
Well, I'm telling you, boy. I tell you, you smart, boy. You a real smart young man. You play dumb well.
Shaq
I'm
was
sorry.
lazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I call you stupid. You ain't stupid. You just play stupid.
I know about the game of basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's not no.
Well, act like you did all the time, not just sometimes. Act like it
I
all
mean,
the time. That's
I mean,
what
I can't change
so that
people's
way I
opinion.
won't consider running around saying you sound stupid right now because you be trying to sound stupid.
No, it's just we start comparing LeBron again. We start comparing LeBron. You know, we start comparing LeBron to the other superstars.
Thank
I'm only comparing LeBron
Only
because
the
of the
ones that
fact.
play for the Lakers.
I mean, you can do that.
I just did. Will Chamberlain, Jabbar. I didn't say Magic.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking
Braun
about
doesn't have more rings than Shaq.
all
That's
time
what I'm
greats.
talking about.
All time greats.
That's what
Period.
I'm talking about. It's these
LeBron.
stupid casuals that piss me off.
LeBron.
That's not what I say.
The biggest knock on LeBron is that he has not built a dynasty.
I'll tell you, boy.
That is so annoying.
His lack of sticking to it
Fucking
Yes.
is ultimately what cost him his legacy as number one. He could have wound up being number one. In my heart, from what I saw, 2-3 peats until somebody does that again, you can kiss my ass. But
Retired, plays a different sport, comes
If you
back
got-
and gets another 3-peat. Yeah, kiss my,
right?
yeah, kiss my ass.
But
Yeah, I'm not
if you
confident.
should run up 7 or 8 chips in the modern era, I'm gonna give it up. Straight,
That's a
I'm gonna
fact.
give it up.
I'm not finna. Yeah, kick Ross. I'm gonna be like this. Just kiss it where the sun don't shine. That's how I'm feeling, Zen. Until you can do that, and I'm talking about Zen. He came back he left during one of the most hardest parts of his life. His father was tragically,
Who are you talking about?
talking about Michael.
Jordan.
Jordan's dad was tragically murdered
Right.
in North Carolina.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
And to this day, it's still unsolved.
Let me ask y'all a
It
question.
is
Oh no, they got them dudes.
Wait, they got him?
Oh yeah, they been had them dudes.
They got
Oh, okay.
about to get out of jail. Matter of fact, one of them might be out of jail already. No, they both in jail. They about to get out in a minute. Though one of them might be getting out soon. But that's nothing. That's neither here nor there. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
I got a question for both of you. Let's start with Uncle
Mhm.
Vern.
Yeah.
Uncle Vern, out of every player in the NBA right now, who do you think has the most GOAT potential?
In the NBA right now,
Yes, sir.
Younger players.
tell you, boy, I'm gonna tell you, man, for real.
Other than LeBron.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you for real though. I see more to a certain extent Melo. I have to say with longevity, but I don't know how long his body can hold up. But with Melo though, cause Melo gonna shine, man. He got that much confidence. He got that kind of confidence, Breeze. It's like it's kind of hard to stop that confidence. And you got somebody that can roll with him, and it'll be on. All they need
He's the-
somebody to roll with him. Same way with Zoe. All they need somebody to roll with him. And they got the kind of game to make people on the road. They got the Magic Johnson type games. And then they
Right.
be the leaders. And they always be front-foot leaders because they had to have the ball in their hands. So usually the good people's going to be the ones with the ball in their hands make the right decisions. Okay, them two guys be making real good decisions when they got the balls in their hands. And they're not selfish.
I also make good decisions when I have my balls in my hands.
Yeah,
That's why I only have one kid.
That's different. You got to get somebody else.
Oh my goodness.
But you got to have somebody else to help you with them balls. You got Paul.
Well, that's
Thank
why I
you,
only have
Uncle
one
Vern.
kid.
Yeah, we'll see you way. If you have five,
This is whole
just
pause
take
on this
five
entire
four more-
conversation.
Just take you have four more. Just
It's
take
like-
you have 4 more hands helping you. How much more kids you'll have?
The man 9000. Before we pass the mic to Marquez, the man 9000 says Luka has GOAT potential, but Victor Wembanyama, if he stays healthy, also has GOAT potential. But to you, Marquez, who are your current GOAT candidates in the NBA?
My current GOAT. I have 3 of them. I probably had like 3 or 4 of them. I can do a top 5 of GOAT potential.
Whoa.
Go for it.
He said 2. God dang it, do 2 first.
No, I didn't specify how many.
He didn't specify.
First of all, I want to see his first 2 gonna be. So just go ahead with your first 2.
Okay.
And then if you wanna
Okay,
pick
that's fine. I mean, I'm gonna get the first 2 out the way. It's a 5 GOAT. I can give you 5 GOATs right now. Number one, I'm gonna say.
Go ahead with your first 2. Give me
Okay.
your first 2.
Okay, are you gonna let me talk?
No, do the first 2. Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the first
All
2.
You know what? That I can if you let me talk.
Go for it.
Thank you. First one, I'm gonna say Luka. No matter of fact, I'm gonna switch that. I'm gonna say Giannis. I believe with his intangibles and his technicality and his intensity and how he plays, I'm going with Giannis with number 1. Number 2, right? I'm going with Luka Doncic. I think that Luka's a very phenomenal player. He's a great guard. I think if he gets better on the defensive side of his game, it will make his game even more better. But as of right now, what he's doing consistently every night, he has that GOAT potential. Luka not only has 8 straight 30-point games in his career, also, Luka is the youngest to reach 50 career triple doubles in his career so far. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So with that being said, those are my first 2, Uncle Vern.
Yeah, okay.
Giannis and Luka.
You
So
said
can I?
that's the number. Let's Zim, I want to hear your rest of your. I don't really don't care. You ain't said who I wanted to hear, so forget you.
All right,
Well,
that's fine.
Well,
I mean, there's 3 more players on my list.
I got 2 players that I think have that potential. One is Luka Doncic with no D. Jason Tatum.
Well, I'll tell you.
Hey, Zen, we agree on something.
Who else?
Jason Tatum's number 3 on my list.
And
you said
Giannis would be 3 on mine.
That's fine. You can switch them both. It don't make no difference. But I know these top. There's top 5 GOAT potential. I'm gonna go with Giannis. I'm gonna go with Jason Tatum. I'm gonna go with Melo. And this last person is gonna surprise a lot of you.
Whoa.
Pat Beverly.
He's in Portland right now.
Oh, shading.
No.
Anthony.
Yes.
Yeah, he could. That's a big surprise that you said that. I would have said Shaden before Anthony because of what he showed at 19 and because of the physicals. I would have said Shaden at this point. Anthony, I don't know. I mean, I do know, but Shaden is special.
Jaden, who is he?
The 19-year-old, the rookie that won Trailblazers Player of the Week this past week.
Sharp, that's what Sharp. They just
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm telling you, Zen, it's just something about Anthony Simons. How he carries himself, how he plays the game. If he keeps developing himself and keep his skills up every year, he could go down. And I don't want to do this, Zen. So you still got Damian Lillard on the court. But him and Shaden Sharp right now, if they keep developing, could make you argue that they could become one of the best players in Portland Trailblazers history.
Oh, that dude is going to be crazy when Dame retires. Because Simons is only 21 or 22. I don't think he's turned 22 yet.
I think Dame got 5 more years left in the league, realistically.
Yeah. Well, his contract expires at 30. At age 36, he's 32 now, so I don't think he's going to play beyond 36. If he does, it'll be a diminished role.
By the time he's 36, every time this would be 26?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I can see that happening.
And Shaden will be 24, 23.
What position he plays?
Sharp?
Yeah,
He's a 2-3.
I'll be 24 by the time Damian Lillard retire.
Well,
this kid is 6'6" and got a 48-inch vertical. Sound familiar?
Like Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I said, David Thompson was like that too. David Thompson had a 44-inch. He got a 46-inch. He can fly out for real.
Yep, this kid is 48. Some say 49-inch vertical at 6'6". And he's shooting.
People gotta start realizing the KDs of the world, the LeBrons of the world, they're not gonna be here that much longer. So eventually, you're asking we gotta make a list of who got the 5 GOAT potential. And if we're being honest, right? And you can, and you know what, Zen Master?
I have to say it's like, yeah.
And then
that would be I was gonna tell you. Well, I'm sorry.
And then if we take
my question, please don't get a chance to because I don't want to keep cutting you off. Look, you was right that I said that because I wanted to see if you was gonna say Giannis, because Giannis was my first pick too. But I wanted to see if you go hold true to the Bucks like you say you is.
Of course.
You passed the test, young man.
Giannis is crazy.
Yeah, but Giannis is crazy. And let's be real, he's only 27 years old. And
that's the thing that slows me down because Tatum is only 25. Luka's only 25, I think.
Hey, listen.
Right. That's why I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you for making Giannis low on your list. But go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
No, you ain't got to cut me off. You just don't forget it, though, my class, because I ain't young like you. But this is what I was going to say, though. See, that thing about Giannis is the same thing about and other greats. You understand me? It's like I said, Giannis took 7 years to win that championship. Giannis came in the league at the age of 18. You understand? He took him 7 years. He was in the league 7 years when he won that. Jordan was in the league 7 years when he won like that. Only one of them. Sorry, I'm talking while you talking.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just agreeing with you.
The only one that didn't take to come into the league and win like that was Wade, and it was who else?
Magic.
You understand me? It didn't take them years like that. I see Luka winning his first championship in 7 years. He still got some way to go. He ain't been there yet. It's just that 7 year itch. I don't know what it is. It's just that.
Shaq one is
it's maturity. It's maturity. Right. They gotta get that nut off. They gotta get that thing off of their chest where they like, I gotta dominate as an individual first. They gotta feel that first, and then they can give it up for a chick.
Right. And then another thing too. That's not cutting you off, but you're right, Joe. Another thing too. Remember when they come in like a first round, second, not first round. First round pick, you know what I'm saying? The third pick in the first round and all that, fourth, you understand me? So they come in on a losing team, on a losing record anyway, so they have to show their greatness in order to come up and win the championship after that. That's how much of struggle it took them, like it took Michael Jordan. I saw the struggle with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, don't run from the grind.
Hey, boy.
LeBron.
Also, right.
Yeah,
also, Shaq won his first championship.
We just mentioned it. How long did it take LeBron to win his first championship? He came in
25, 20, about 26, 27. That's when he went over to Miami.
whoa, 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
What I say about the greats, it take him to do what now?
7 years.
About 7 years. It took Shaq 7 years. When he went to Kobe for that first time, Shaq was 27 years old.
Jason Tatum is on track.
Yeah.
That's why I put Jason Tatum on the list.
Like I said, when they take the greats, it usually take them that long, man.
Right.
They usually when they get it, they don't be stopping. They get the know-how. Same way with we talk about Giannis.
Ironically,
Giannis gonna be winning championships. If Giannis don't win the championships, even with the Bucks, if they don't want to keep winning championships, they're gonna move on. Try to play the game.
The only player who hasn't waited till he was 27 was Curry. Curry was 26 years old when he won that first championship.
Close enough. You're gonna have a plus minus, but he's right.
Yeah.
Curry was 26 years old when he went unanimous MVP, and he won the championship that same year. He was 26. He might look like he was 22. That boy was 26.
Coincidentally, what age do most quarterbacks start getting off?
27 years old.
What age do most rock stars die, unfortunately?
27
years old. Something about that 27-year-old age.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? What happened to Giannis? He was 27 years old.
Well, I guess 27.
Won a championship.
27 years, you'll be in your prime.
You're in your prime.
27 is a prime number anyway.
As a human being, you are in your prime at 27 years old.
Right. Well, when people say you reach your prime when you're 40, that's not true. You reach your prime when you're 27.
Yep. And athletics has shown us that time and time again.
You reach the end of your prime when you're 47 years old.
Yeah.
Boy, don't I know it. Once that testosterone starts dropping, boy, you better hit the gym. You better stay in the gym, first of all, and never get out. But if you ain't been in, you better get your butt in.
I'm going to tell you, man, sometimes I feel like I just got started, dude.
I know. I still feel like a kid, man.
Like, I'm going to be real with you. Like, people say, people look at me and they be like, you work out? I'll be like, I do like push-ups here and there, but I don't really be like working out like that.
I never thought I was going to love running. I wound up falling in love with running. My bad, Unc.
Yeah. No, I ain't tripping. Look at, I said, don't get it twisted. I ain't say I look like it. I said I feel like it.
Oh, I feel you.
So
I don't want to. Yeah. I'm scared, Unc. And Zen, I don't want to. I know I'm gonna have to get old. You know what I'm saying? I just want to avoid being old as long as possible.
Yeah,
that's why I be going. That's why I be running and I be doing workouts and
look here.
I try.
Don't ever stop.
Marquez, look here. I tell you what you do. You keep lying about your age, you will never get old. There you
go. That could work to a degree.
I told one. I went up to this girl. She asked me, "You look kind of young. How old you?" I told that girl I was 24. I'm 20 years old. Nigga. So I was 24 years old.
Let's go to the club. I would, but I forgot my license back at the crib.
Right. I lost my license because I was drinking while driving, so I can't drink. I'm stupid.
It's like my man said. There's two things I always am with women: frank and earnest. In New York, I'm frank. In Chicago, I'm earnest.
Okay.
I'm weak, but nah. Like, I can't really be roasting people who be drinking because I'm not even old enough to drink yet. That's tough. Like, there's a lot of things I can't do. I can still do stuff. I can't even get a lottery ticket till I'm 21. That shit is trash, man.
We got a final in Los Angeles, 123-96. The Lakers with a big victory.
Yes, sir.
For them, beating the 6-11 Spurs at 4-10 is a big victory. Anthony Davis popping champagne at the interview table. He had 30 on the night. No, I'm just joking. It looked like he was soaked in champagne.
Who's the favorite?
I don't know.
San Antonio was the favorite.
Were they?
Yeah, they was the favorite by like 3 or 4 points.
Okay, they usually take off the matchup. They take off the matchup once the game starts. So
and plus they do. LeBron wasn't playing.
Yeah.
That's why they get the plus. They still give it to He still gave it to the San Antonio Spurs by +4. If LeBron was playing, they probably gave the San Antonio Spurs what +8.
I agree. I agree.
If
I agree.
LeBron was playing, the Spurs probably would have won.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I don't know about all that, but I know they would. I know what the odds would have gave to them. I don't think the Spurs would have won at all. But I'm just saying, I agree with
I'm
you.
just bullshitting.
Would have did.
Yeah, we playing.
I'm just
we playing.
bullshitting. But this is a definite for the Lakers. The offense got to run through Anthony Davis. LeBron got to come off the ball. He has like, I looked it up the other day. He has the 9th or 10th highest usage rate in the league, but he has like the 50th in efficiency.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
LeBron.
You can't.
Okay, hey, I understand that. Okay, I bet they're gonna play itself out of the season anyway, because they're gonna come home to be true as they go on. I agree with that, but the time gonna tell on that. But I wanted to ask you this, Master, because y'all that brought this else on the flight thing special for today
Yes, sir.
about what was the question was about y'all were just talking about it. I wanted to ask you about that too.
Kyrie.
No, that's who y'all was talking about, Kyrie.
On our show today,
Yeah, I mean, not your show today, but I'm talking about right here when you start the whole place is a question. Something about what was the question on for today?
It was about Hornets trying to be in the running for Wembanyama.
Right. Okay, boy, I'm telling you, boy, man, you stay young, the first thing you gonna lose is your memory, especially if you smoke weed.
Oh, fuck.
Smoke weed. Just stay young. Don't smoke weed. Stay young.
But I'm gonna lose my memory anyway.
Let me say this before I forget what it was. Okay.
All right.
I almost forgot. Let me give it. Oh yes, right. About tanking. Okay. What I wanted to find out, Master, what was your take on that tanking situation? Now you see how shot going downhill. Because we talk about them going downhill too.
oh yeah. They need to just get rid of every contract they got that they can get rid of, and try to get rid of Gordon Hayward if they can, but he has that trade kicker, so it's going to be difficult because it's 15% more, and he's already got a big ass contract.
Okay, I remember hearing you say that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but bottom out. If you don't get Wembanyama, you'll get Scoot, or you'll get somebody in the top 4. There was a 70% chance you'll get somebody in the top 4. That ain't bad. So. Yeah. Bottom out, I know Melo's not going to want to tank, but Melo also got to look at the roster around him and know he's not going to win a damn thing this year, no matter how healthy he is.
Yeah.
So he might have to play with some bums for a half a season. So what? You
right.
look at it as an opportunity. Call up some of the guys from the G League or whatever. Look at it as a development opportunity for them. And go for Udoka in the offseason. Try to get this guy, Victor. Try to get Scoot. And then next year you come back with a fresh roster. You get rid of all the toxicity and some of the bad behavior of this franchise that we've been seeing for years. It's like a drug addict. You got to bottom out before you can get better. And I think that's what Charlotte needs to do. Back to you, Unc.
Okay. Hey, I'm tell you something. Now I have to ask about Marquez, because I know what Marquez that said. He said that he didn't think Melo would go along with that program. I agree with Marquez. I don't think Melo go along with that either. But still, though, like I said, like you had already said, it don't make a difference too much because Melo ain't going to win no games by himself. And they already going on the losing transition way anyway, you understand me? Because they got a lot of confusion with theirs.
Right.
So it seems like they seem like they going to be the first ones to bow out. But, yeah, I think, like you said, I agree with what you said, that Melo got sense enough to be around, because he said, because Marquez said that he think that Melo, to take out and just say, forget it, y'all ain't trying to win, I'm gone. Even if we get to what Bobo or not, get you or not. You understand me? And
nobody could blame him.
I agree with that move, because I think it'd be silly, because I know he on the timetable, and I know he got plans after Charlotte. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
If you into plans and in the work right now, you'll stick around towards that time for you to transition yourself somewhere else when the opportunity transpires, presents itself. So he can only wait for Marquez. As far as Marquez was right, he can only wait around to see what's going to happen. Even if Wembanyama and his mama, it don't make a difference. Right? Still, we're going to see how they're going to work out. But that might not pan itself out. But the wise thing and the smart thing to do, stick around, though. I don't know if he's going to go along with the tanking thing, but he can't help it no way. He was playing on a stanking team. I apologize.
Well, we talk about not running from the grind, and
Yeah.
he is definitely in a grind right now.
Yeah, well,
So
he ain't gonna tear himself up for that grind, though, boy.
But-
I'm telling you,
I will forgive anybody for moving on from their rookie team because you don't choose your rookie team. I'll forgive you one move. After that, I think you should stick with it.
Right. Like, let's be real. Like, Melo deserves to at least get an opportunity to leave. Because let's be honest here. Like,
Hey. Don't get it twisted. I never said nothing about him leaving. I never committed that him leaving or thinking they should leave. Because I'm realizing this too. If he stay out there, he can build his own team and he can get paid billions and millions of dollars, more millions than he get already. He got $100 million already. He needs more, 200 some million.
Yeah,
200 some million.
That's
he get
not
all the money he won't.
that is not running from the grind. You're right about that. But what we're suggesting, is if you got drafted by a team that was so dysfunctional, let's say New Orleans in the past,
New
not so
York.
much now. You know, whoever the worst teams in the NBA are, and it's dysfunctional. You've been there for 4 years. I'm not going to hold it against a rookie to say, look, I'm out of here.
Nope.
And to make one good move and say, all right, I'm going to go to a team that I know is a better franchise and build there.
What if they want to pay him? They want to pay him. They want to give him what he wants.
Yeah, they're going to. The money is not the point if you're miserable and losing.
Who said he's miserable and losing?
If it's LaMelo Ball, I say he's
miserable
miserable
while
and losing.
Every time I turn around, he having fun. I mean, I want anybody having fun with losing, but hey, I'm just saying, he having fun on the court.
no disrespect to Raleigh, does
Don't
All right, be in LA or New York.
Ain't having fun is Jello. Only one ain't having fun is Jello.
I'm being honest with you. Would you rather be in LA or would you rather be in New York or would you rather be in Miami?
Or Charlotte.
I'd rather be in a winning situation.
Has anybody ever said, I want to go to Charlotte? I mean, do people go to Charlotte on vacation? You like Charlotte? No. What is there to do in Charlotte? Excuse me for my Joakim Noah moment.
Let y'all tell you, they got the best owner in the world.
Bullshit.
Best basketball player in the world, not the best owner.
Yeah,
don't do that, Vern. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't ready to throw the flag and get on him. I was just saying, he's great. I'm just saying. He wasn't really he wasn't a dedicated basketball player I've seen. He didn't want to be smoking cigars.
I mean, Mike into his lifestyle. Poker. You're right.
Yeah, staying up all night, playing poker.
He may not be the best executive in the world.
He ain't the smartest guy I've seen either.
But damn, he know how to win.
He does have a degree in geography, so at least he knows how to get around.
Boy, I'll tell you, boy. Hey, boy, I'll tell you.
I get around. I get around.
That was a college major.
What you say,
Yeah, that's his college major.
Yeah, he graduated from UNC with a geography degree.
You still there.
Yep.
Yeah, you still there. I remember that.
I can tell by your everyday fit.
Because mine was physical education. That was the first 2 years. I did political science the second 2 years.
You majored in gym,
Huh?
You majored in gym?
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, boy. And I was getting paid.
Man.
That's shade, you know that, right, Zen? That's shade. He don't even know that shade. That's tough.
That was the job to get paid, man. Matter of fact, I went back and coach. I did that for 4 years at the school. I did that for 4 years too.
Okay.
I did that at top school too for a bit. Yeah.
Okay. I got experience, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Zen. I'm sorry about your Steelers, bro.
Oh man, I ain't even been looking. I saw they got beat today though.
But you got Kenny Pickett. You like Kenny Pickett? I think he's a good quarterback.
I mean, he went to not quite my alma mater. I spent a whole lot of money at the University of Pittsburgh. I got 108 degree credits, but no degree from them. So I know the University of Pittsburgh pretty well, and I'm
one of the greatest deep threat quarterback of all time. I'm gonna stand on it. Dan Marino.
I root for Pitt, so I watched Pickett go through Pitt, and we wanted him to get the starting job. But he's just a rookie. He takes time, and he's got small hands. So I don't know. It'll take a little time to work itself out.
Hey, y'all said I was. Hey, yo, listen. I root for the Giants because my mom was a Giants fan. I don't want to like hurt her feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, you ain't rooting for the Packers?
No, I don't root for the Packers. I don't like the Packers. I've never been
Why
a
not?
Packers fan.
Why you don't like the Packers?
I
I
mean,
think Aaron
you
Rodgers
might
is
as well move.
overrated.
You might as well
Make
move
me
your
feel-
whole fanship to
How
Milwaukee.
long did you
I'm
feel
not
that
going.
way?
No, I'm not doing
How
that. I'm
long you
sorry.
feel that way?
Not with
About
them
five
boys out
games?
there,
How long you feel that way?
not
About
with my
5 games
Niners. Not with
ago?
the Niners out there got freaking Christian
I'm
McCaffrey
sorry.
now.
He said he think Aaron Rodgers is overrated. I'm
Yeah,
asking him how long he felt that way. Huh?
every every since he won his first ring. Ever since he won his first ring, I said that's a Brett Favre. He's a Brett Favre. And when I said that, people was like, "You don't know what you're talking about." And now what it's starting to look like? He's a Brett Favre with a stronger arm.
Okay.
So I've been consistent with Aaron Rodgers my whole life. You know, and if you can't beat the Niners with a quarterback who can only throw in short and in the middle, are you really that guy?
I mean, he don't play against the Niners offense though.
You're right. But he played against that defense. And my defense, and that Niners defense that I bet on every week, is fire. It's
I
fire, man.
haven't.
That's why I bet with them every week. Then that's
I
why
haven't.
I root for the Niners because I need them to go to Super Bowl so I can get some paper.
I
Some
have not.
paper.
I have not watched a football game this season. Not one.
Why
Other than
not?
HBCU football and Flight Sports TV on the weekend.
Damn, you haven't watched any NFL game. That's tough.
Not one.
Well,
Um,
you're not really missing nothing. You don't have to because your Steelers are losing. And I
I'm
feel you. Your
just.
Steelers are losing.
I ain't into it no more, man. I'll be honest. I'm just not into it. I don't have the culture here in Portland. And then
That is true. Y'all don't have y'all don't really have like a team. Y'all got the Seahawks
no
though.
no football culture in this city whatsoever. Period.
Y'all got the Seahawks though. Ain't Portland in Seattle?
They don't really pay that much attention to Seahawks here.
Really? In Seattle? Though?
We don't live in Seattle, nigga.
Portland?
That's 300 miles away.
Oh, so I'm sorry. Portland got no football team. You're right about that.
Yeah, everybody just lumps us in with Seattle. Nah, we Seattle's on the other side of Washington. We're on the north border of Oregon. They're on the north border with Canada. So they're a full state away from us.
So which team
it is
closest
interesting,
to
but
you?
what football team is the Seahawks and the Raiders. There's a lot of Raiders fans because you have a large California and a large Mexican population.
Ain't y'all near Las Vegas?
No. Vegas is
Yeah, y'all got no football teams. That's tough.
yeah. Well, because of that, I lost the ritual of watching football every week, and I don't get to watch the Steelers every week. So you lose track, and I'm not paying for it.
Right.
So you just kind of lose track. And then I got
And I
more and more into basketball year over year.
NFL games privately.
I don't know, man. I watched that.
It's funny though.
I watched that
it's funny
concussion
because,
movie too, and that changed me too. Have you seen the concussion movie?
Yeah, I would never tell my son. Yeah, I would never tell my son to play the game of football. That's just too dangerous.
Now,
Play
where did that
basketball or
movie?
play football, play soccer.
Where was that movie based out of? Pittsburgh. So how could I not be affected by watching Jack Ham in a truck like that?
Yeah.
Not Jack Ham,
Yeah,
but
listen,
Jack Lambert. Jack Ham grew up in my neighborhood. Right. So I'm still Steelers through and through. I always bleed black and gold, but I don't really watch football anymore, bro.
Man, my mom sent me a picture the other day. She's like, "Look, I found this picture of you. It's me as a baby in a New York Giant onesie.
Oh goodness.
And New York Giant socks.
Poor kid.
She's like, look at you. Don't you look so cute? I'm like, yeah, but mom, why you got me this Giants gear? Giants gear.
Phil Sims' nephew. Who's your team, Unc? Hey, Vern, who's your football team?
We just lost to Detroit today. I'm pissed.
I told you the Packers, but I told you that a billion times. The Packers.
Okay.
Okay, Sebastian, you really don't. I never told you the story. I never told you the story. This is Sorry, the master. You know I grew up in Chicago, so I always
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls to the Bulls mess around and they with Phil Jackson, the Michael Jordan, the Scottie Pippen, and the rest of them. I said I'll never mess with the Bulls again. Forget them.
Ooh.
Okay, let's leave that alone. Let's forget about the Bulls.
Right.
Let's go to the Bears. I said, look here, boy, I like the Bears. I'm gonna stick with the Bears. I never let the Bears go. I don't care who they got, Walter Payton, anybody else. Look here. And they went out there and signed Jay Cutler to a multi. And then they said in the second year, going into a second year, they do it after year.
I remember that.
Get rid of them, and they couldn't get rid of them.
I remember that. They paid that boy how much? They gave him $40 million. It was like $89 million for like 4 years.
So what I'm
and you was a kid then, and you had better sense than they did. Listen to me, young man.
So what I'm hearing is that you the original Marquez. You the original buck jumper.
Nope, it ain't. Look, master, I said it, not said again. Look, I never put my faith in the teams, and master, I put my faith in players until they prove me wrong. A team, a organization, a professional organization will always prove you wrong. Doesn't matter because they have more than one head making decisions, and the big head, stupid.
I could never turn my back on the Steelers, man. I could never. I just couldn't. No matter how bad.
See, the Steelers don't be making bad moves like that. They got an organization. They try to. They fans watch football and they don't do stupid stuff like that. The Bears snick one in.
Yeah, it took me worse, man.
You know, it's like when what's name Highlands is dead and all. You know that family they get old. When people's old, they make stupid decisions. They go to the old lady 89,000 years old. What you want to do, lady? Just write something down. It looked like a yes, so we gonna go keep it. It don't work, master.
I got some.
Failure. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marquez. I'm sorry.
Zed, I need to unload some trauma with y'all. I'm a New York sports fan, you know, and I bet against the 49ers because I gotta have some way to get money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because the Giants just pissed me off by losing to the Lions today. You know, but I lived through the Victor Cruz era. That was fun. I lived through the Justin Tuck and Michael Strahan era, and that was great.
The OBJ
it's been 10
era.
years. Right. It's been the OBJ era. Fire. Okay? And now I'm in an era where we can't even beat the Lions. It's terrible. Also, my uncle
Jets.
My uncle is a Jets fan. My uncle told me straight up. I'm like, listen to me, nephew. You'll never know what it feels like when you could have got Dan Marino and you missed out on Dan Marino. I'm like, wait, hold on. Are you telling me y'all could have got Dan Marino and you sat there and you didn't get him?
That's what it is to be a Blazers fan. Passing on Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant.
I'm like, Punk, I feel so bad for you. He's like, that's not worse. The last time the Jets won the championship, the Jets won the championship, what, 50, 60? I think it was like 50, 65? 65.
You know what? My true story, my little childhood crush, a girl by the name of Angela Richardson. Me and her were boyfriend and girlfriend at 5 and 6 years old. She lived in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and her father was from my hometown, and he played on that Super Bowl team with Namath. He was one of the linemen. His name is Jeff Richardson. Wow. And when
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know, Jeff, we were going on a fishing trip one time. I'm in the back seat of the car, and I see this big-ass thing on his hand. I'm like, Mr. Jeff, can I see your ring? And he gives me the fucking Super Bowl ring, and I stuck all 4 of my fingers in this thing. In the Super Bowl ring. True story. True story. Big Jeff is a amazing dude.
Hey, look up. Hold up for a minute. Hey, did y'all watch that what's it when Kyrie came back? Did you watch the interview after the thing? After the game they had tonight?
No, I didn't see the post game at all. I really didn't watch any basketball today.
Oh, okay. You know, Brooklyn. What did Brooklyn do today, Sebastian?
They definitely won. 127 to 115. Ben Simmons had 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, and I think he had 5 steals or some shit like that to go with it. He's back.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
officially back.
Kyrie said he had 15 points. He said he was rusty. He said he
That
was rusty as hell.
Yeah, Kyrie had 14, but in the last 2 games, Ben Simmons scored like the same amount of points as the first 8 or 9 games of the season combined. So
Hey,
he's picking it up.
Jim Master, I ain't cut you off, but I hate what you said. I like what you said. Listen, Kyrie and the one reporter asked him a question: was he gonna take any actions against the NBA and stuff like that? You know, because they said Jaylen Brown spoke on his behalf and everything. Was he thinking about taking any actions against the NBA? And he said he gonna leave that up to his Warriors, his legal team.
Okay. I know that they said the Players Association is supposed to be acting. You back, Toxic?
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
Yeah, but but Zim Master, I'm gonna tell you something. Zim Master, man, the world is great. Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, things happening just like this and that ain't supposed to be happening. I'm gonna tell you, but everything working out, man, for the good. I'm gonna tell you, and act accordingly, man, to his purpose, man. I'm telling you, boy, it's going on. Zim Master out here.
Well, look, I gotta tell you, it's been great for me tonight, just having 2 of my favorite people on Flight Sports TV to talk to, Unc and Marquez, and I just want to say I appreciate the both of you tonight. That's
no problem.
Yeah, no problem. I always appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I might not always agree with you. A lot of times, like my question to me, I'll be fucking with you. I'll be fucking with you like that. I'm trying to test your intelligence. Because I think you're a smarter young man that you put on to be. Okay.
Oh yeah, I have no problem with you. I just know as a this only thing I ask for is just don't call me out my name and that's it. If I was being disrespectful towards you by doing that, I apologize.
Yeah. Well,
so you is the elder. I don't want to be disrespectful to you.
I have to apologize for calling you stupid. I just say you sound silly.
Oh, that's sweet.
How about that?
Oh,
we're good.
Well, hey. On that note, y'all mind if I run down the scores for the night and the leaders as far as the winner high?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
real quick.
we got
get up out of here.
The Phoenix Suns mollywopping Flight's New York Knicks by 21, 116-95, led by Cameron Payne, who scored 21 points. The Knicks got beat by Cameron Payne tonight, y'all. Jalen Brunson had 27 for the loser. Charlotte at Washington. Washington comes out on top, 106-102. Kyle Kuzma, former Laker, 28 points. Kelly Oubre Jr. for the loser, 23. Sacramento is on a roll. They did beat the lowly Detroit Pistons tonight, 137-129. De'Aaron Fox, or as Dex would say, De'Aaron Fox, with 33 points. Jaden Ivey, 24 points in the losing effort. Memphis at Brooklyn. Brooklyn comes out on top, 127-115. Kevin Durant, 26 points. Oregon's own Dylan Brooks, 31 points for the loser. Miami at Cleveland. Cleveland stomps Miami's brains out. I told y'all Miami ain't shit this year. 113-87. Darius Garland with another performance. He had 25 points. And Bam Adebayo had 21 in a losing effort. Golden State at Houston. Golden State 127, Houston 120. Klay Thompson with the team high, 41 points. Kevin Porter Jr. for Houston with 30. Denver at Dallas. Salute to Basil Carpenter Jr. His team took care of those Mavericks tonight, led by none other than Bones Highland with 29 points. And Josh Green had 23 points for the loser. I'm kind of curious as to why Luka Doncic isn't showing up in that loser high. And finally at Los Angeles, the Lakers win by 31 points. Hats off to Anthony Davis, 123-92 over San Antonio. So the Lakers were able to actually give a pretty solid defensive effort against this San Antonio team. Anthony Davis had 30 points, and for San Antonio, Devin Vassell had 17. And that concludes tonight's rundown. Back to you, Marquez. Back to you, Toxic T.
Yeah, I guess we can just shoot the shot real quick before Flight calls it the stream. Me being a New York sports fan, me being a Giants, my parents and my other uncles being Jet fans and stuff. You know what I'm saying, Zen? It's bad.
Yeah.
They won in 1969. Okay. My grandma was born in in 1955. So do the math on that. I mean, my grandma had to be at least in her early 20s when the Jets won a championship. And God rest her soul, she's no longer here with us. And that's the last time the Jets won something.
Yeah, and Big Jeff is still alive out there in Jersey with his beautiful wife and kids and family. And I'm lucky to have known him. His mother and my mother were very best friends, even though his mother was probably a good 15, 20 years older than my mom. She used to babysit my mom. And they were just the best of friends. She passed a few years ago, so I want to say rest in peace to Miss Ernestine Richardson. And that's pretty much my piece of that Jets legacy. I got to touch it. I got to have a Super Bowl ring on my hand once in my lifetime, and I can honestly say that. But anything you're looking forward to tomorrow? We got some matchups going on. We got Atlanta at Cleveland. We got
Milwaukee and Portland.
Milwaukee at Portland.
Who did you say was gonna win that game against the Master?
Man, I gotta roll with my squad. I gotta roll with my squad.
Come on,
I mean, your bitch, the what's the name, bitch? Who you got that on?
We are not gonna have Damian Lillard, Gary Payton II, or Keon Johnson tomorrow.
We're not going to have Pat Us. We're not going to have Chris Middleton. I think we're going to have Drew Holiday. We're going to have Drew Holiday, thank God. We don't have Pat Connaughton and Grayson Allen still day by day by sickness, whatever.
And no Wesley Matthews.
Damn, no Wesley Matthews?
Right.
Hey, Marquez, when are they looking for what's the name to come back? Chris.
From what I heard, it could possibly be after Christmas.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. More likely gonna be after Christmas. Thanksgiving right around the corner.
Exactly. Thanksgiving in a couple of days. He's not here during Thanksgiving. He's not gonna be here during Christmas either.
Yeah.
ESPN got the matchup predictor at 80% Milwaukee, so Milwaukee's supposed to win. But
no, I don't believe that because your team is too consistent with wild endings. I'm not going to be happy until the end of the game.
If we lose, this would be 3 in a row for Portland, and I don't think we want to do that. I think without Damian on the court tomorrow, Anthony Simons takes over, and when he knows he's going to be the one, he's different.
Yeah,
He's totally different.
I'm scared of Simons.
You're going to get a healthier dose of Shaedon Sharp because of that.
Yeah. I'm scared of Shaedon. I'm scared of Sharp too.
And Jeremy Grant will be extremely active. So
yeah.
I say we win that game on the strength that Portland will not want to lose 3 games in a row.
I'm gonna say the Bucks win because I gotta write my boy Giannis, Bobby Portis, you know what I'm saying, Boot Camp, you know what I'm saying, Javon Carter, you know what I'm saying, Brooke Lopez, the boys, I gotta rock with those guys. Drew Holiday, you know what I'm saying? Gotta rock with those guys. But you guys will give us a challenge. And I will say that. I cannot wait because we're going to be talking a lot of trash, me and you, tomorrow night, and it's going to be very epic.
It may be very I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping it's not like a big one-sided thing early and it's just a bloodbath. But I would hate that for y'all. I would hate that for y'all.
I heard that. I hope it's just, I want it to be shot for shot, possession after possession. We're talking fast to the very end. And if I lose by a buzzer beater at that point, epic. Epic.
Well, I'll tell you what. Look for them threes to rain tomorrow night.
Our threes been getting better. We've been shooting better though.
If I'm not mistaken, Portland's the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league.
But we got the number 1 perimeter defense though.
Oh shit. So it's a good matchup.
Did you forget we got the number 1 perimeter defense this season?
Yeah.
I think you forgot about that, did you?
Yeah, well, I did. I wasn't really cognizant of it. But aside from that matchup, though, like I said, we have Atlanta and Cleveland, which is a real good one. That starts at 4:00 my time.
Yeah, that's kind of early.
Well, I think that's 4:00 y'all time. I'm not sure.
Or is that
it's 4:00 my time, so 7:00 y'all time.
Oh, okay.
On the East, Orlando at Indiana. That's also at 7 p.m. your time. Boston at Chicago at 8. So we'll have another rivalry game for me tomorrow. Me and Chicago really ain't got no beef, but I got 2 games on the schedule that are going to be hotly contested on Flight Sports. So
Man, forget Chicago, man.
yeah,
I
they're
want
gonna.
to dog walk them.
I'm gonna need to be present for that shit.
Yeah.
Miami at Minnesota. That's a
That's gonna be
boring
easy,
ass
dub. That's gonna be easy,
basement
dub,
ass game. That's a shit game. Golden State at New Orleans. That'll be all right. That's at 5 p.m. New York at Oklahoma City. That's kind of a dog out game too. And Utah at the Clippers ought to be a good game at 7:30. That's the only late game tomorrow night on NBA TV. Golden State and New Orleans are also on NBA TV tomorrow night, just for everybody listening.
Is Milwaukee and Portland going to be on League Pass, or is it going to be on ESPN tomorrow?
League Pass.
Yeah.
League Pass, which means, of course, I got to do the bootleg stream, which sucks for me.
You got a blackout on League Pass?
We get blacked out on because the Blazers are on Root TV. They took a side deal this year, and I would have to switch my provider from YouTube TV to Fubo to do it, and I refuse to do it. So
yeah, Fubo's asking a nigga $79 a month for that shit. No.
Yeah, it should be Fubest.
Which one?
Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Which one is the cheapest one?
I'm not sure, but I know I'm not leaving YouTube TV.
Nah, YouTube TV. I mean, like for a year, it might cost you like $129, but I'd rather have that for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? Than to have to pay $79 a month.
Well, the League Pass on YouTube TV is the same as it is on NBA, so I think it's $140 for the whole year. It's $15 a month, I believe.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Not at all. You got to have a subscription though to like YouTube TV. Well, no, you don't. You can get it through the webpage for that same amount for $15.99. But I have it plugged into my YouTube TV, so I get access to the NBA webpage and the games show up on my YouTube TV. I ain't giving that up for Fubo TV just so I can watch the Blazers when I can bootleg their ass.
It's funny.
Okay, so YouTube TV. Well, okay, how did that work? Because I got YouTube, so it ain't the same thing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
YouTube TV is a completely different experience. You can watch football games on YouTube TV. You can watch basketball games, soccer. I just finished watching the.
But you got to pay for them, though, right?
Yeah. It's like having a cable subscription.
Okay, so it's just like the NBA TV. It's just like the NBA thing. That pack.
Yeah.
It's just like an add-on.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you. I didn't know they do it on YouTube. I thought they had to go off over to something else to get off.
No, it's actually more cheaper on YouTube, because you think about it, Jen. If you got normal cable and you got some channels might not be able to show the NBA finals, but with YouTube TV, you already spending $140 a year. You can add that on.
Yep.
And you can be able to watch the finals and the
it's monthly
Super Bowl. Now. It's monthly.
I think you can pay it monthly as far as the NBA is concerned. So Jessica says she has YouTube TV and she loves it as well. I definitely would not change from YouTube TV for another provider at this point.
Yep, I had to leave. I had to leave that graveyard shift. I just left that graveyard shift.
Oh man, you passing up dough, but I get it. You in school.
That and the customers are too good. You know, I got an attitude. My attitude bad. I'll fight somebody in the parking lot.
Pray on your attitude. Pray about your attitude. Pray, you'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a job. It's not an issue.
You're a smart, strong-minded, willful. No, strong-minded, strong-willful young man. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You for sure. But sometimes, a lot of times we be quiet for a little longer. That we know, we'll find out something we didn't know. But then again, we always wait till that person get through talking and spilling the beans and know that they don't know what they're talking about. They can expose them like I do all the time.
And it's funny, Jay. I should have left sooner, because the woman that hired me, the day I decided I wasn't going to, I said, I'm done. This is my last shift. The day I decided that was my last shift, she literally quit.
Damn.
Literally quit.
You must have been giving her that good loving.
Don't do that, Jamie. She was old.
And old girls need love too.
You're gonna make me get canceled.
I mean,
I want to say what I want to say. Let's just leave it alone.
Hey.
No, don't say it.
Okay. When the girl look like a when your boss look like a Power Rangers monster.
She might be listening.
See. Anyway.
Yeah, people look like Goldar out here in these streets. We'll just leave it alone there.
I'm about to
You
call
know,
it a
you
night,
know.
fam.
I'm about to call it a night too. I'm good. I'm gonna go. I gotta go.
We'll look forward to hearing from everybody and talking to everybody tomorrow. It's Flight Sports TV. I'm sure Flight will be chiming in pretty soon, but I've pinged him a few times, so hopefully he'll get the message. And Unc, if you could hold it down, or I don't know who gonna hold it down, but I'm
gonna
out.
leave. I gotta go. I'm gonna lay down.
Peace.
I ain't gonna hold it down. I'm holding something else down right now, bro.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Well, do you?
Hey, wait. Can you hit up Flight real quick before you go? Let them know the end of
I
streaming.
have. Yeah, I have. I did. I think
Flight.
I'm gonna hold that blunt down.
Yeah.
Wait, hey, Flight.
Yeah, he's not responding, so it's cool. It's cool. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, solutions. See you tomorrow. All right, Unc. I got you, Uncle Vern.
Hey, you go? Do you want to hold on to Flight Cup?
I'm getting tired.
Man, we your young ass. You tired? What you got to do in the morning?
Oh, I don't know. Freaking apply for stuff. Apply for stuff. I got an interview tomorrow.
What time in the morning? What time tomorrow?
9 o'clock.
Oh, dude. What time is it? What time is it where you at?
Well, about 1 o'clock.
Oh, it's about 1 o'clock. What it got to be? What you mean about 1 o'clock? It's almost 1 o'clock.
It's 12:36.
Right, because it's 11:36 here. So I'm gonna let you go because you gotta get you some rest.
Yeah.
All right, then let me cut it out because ain't no telling when Flight gonna come through. I love you, young man. You still keep up the good work, young man. Be smart, do smart things, and keep young and stay encouraged. Okay.
Of course, Unc. I'm gonna see you, but Unc, come back tomorrow night because me and Zen gonna have to pop the stuff. Our team facing off against each other. That's gonna be a good stream.
It's over right. That sounds nice. That's good.
All right, you heard.
All right,
salute to the chat. Y'all stay safe. I'm gonna hit a Flight. Let them know to end the stream. I got his number.
All right. Yeah,
all right.
do that.
All right.
All right, my quest.